here. We back with another one. Let's see, can okay, the volume's on. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Back with this one. Who raised you? You know, your grandma, your mama, your daddy, your uncle, maybe your teacher. You know, somebody took the time and they're trying to help mold you into an adult. You know, you didn't get it all the training that you needed, but the point of it is you got some type of training. You know, that's the funny part. You got some type of training. So you're looking at it from this standpoint. Who raised you? Who gave you that mindset to say, I want to get married? Who gave you the mindset to say, I don't want to get married? You know, it might don't even be a person in your life that, kind of pushed you into this. It might have been your parents. You know, you see how your parents interacted with each other, and you got to the point where you said, I'm not getting married because the way my mom and my daddy fight. I'm not having a relationship because look at what they go through. You know, it's crazy. Or it might be, fact of the matter, you got friends around you. They raised you. They showed you how to pick a lock. They showed you how to talk to girls because you didn't have a big brother or dad to say, this is what you need to say. This is how you need to react. So when it come down to it, you lost. You know, for the ones that got some type of guidance, whether it be mother, father, whoever, they gave you a leg to stand on. You know, they showed you something. And I know I gotta finish up some more, but like I said about my book, Our Fathers, I'm gonna be dealing with the aspect of who taught you how to be a man, who taught you certain things, even from my perspective. It's gonna be from me, you know, growing up. Uh, but the crazy part is, for the women, I look at Kevin's show every now and then. I don't look at the night show. I don't look at the replay 3 4 hours. I look at the small clips because sometimes I got things to do, and it's the same thing over and over again. You know, it's almost like looking at Friday time and time again. You know what's gonna happen. You know, Craig gonna, yeah, that's a female pushing Debo. You know, Smokey gonna smoke up all big worm weed and get mad because he can't pay it back. Like, you already know what the outcome is. I just want to hear when it comes to different women saying, look, something slight different because they all come out at the same result. Sometimes it should be a little different than others. But yeah, when it comes down to it, it's like I don't want to be like my mom. Most of the women they scream that a lot. My mom did, and she went through that, and she was this type of woman. It, it gets kind of crazy because if your dad stayed with your mom, obviously he was doing something right. He might be harsh, might be a rough dad. I do that with my kids sometimes. I just be mean for no reason. Hey, go wash some dishes. You hear me, boy? You know. Sometimes they get mad. Sometimes I might come at them. But when it comes down to it, you know, who showed you how to be a man? Who showed you how to be a woman? Who brought you into your adulthood? Who made you into becoming the person you are today? Because some people are still walking around foolish. They never, you know, technically speaking, never got the memo on it's time to grow up. Some people honestly never got the memo to know that it's time to grow up. Cut all this wild behavior out. You know, stop living your life like this. It's not good for you. It's not good for the family. It's not good for none of that. You know, I talked about this earlier. I talked about this on our channel. You will have men raising these little boys up to be, and for a better term that Roger calls it, and I agree, suckers. You know, you a sucker because your daddy a sucker. Your daddy was one of the biggest suckers, and he taught you how to be the best sucker there is. The best sucker you could be. Because when it come down to it, you know, all you knew was what your parents taught you. You know, you had some uncles and aunties, they would come try to, show you some stuff to benefit you. But when it come down to it, who taught you? Who gave you that mindset to know that life can be a little better, you know, to hustle, to grind, you know. Talk about my oldest son. He had two jobs. Actually got one now because he's doing some other stuff and going back to school. But he was like, you didn't have to tell me how to, go get another job and if I want some money to grind. I seen what you did, you know. He seen me when I say, okay, well, I want to pay this off. Or talk to his mom and I'm like, how much money do you need? And how long we need or what's the time frame on it? All right. So I'm gonna get the job done this way. This what I'm gonna do. This how I'm gonna help you out. This how things are gonna be done. And I go do it. You know. I think Lil Wayne made a song. I'm the only one to get the job done. Can't nobody cover for me. You know. Not to saying that that woman can't help you along your way. She can't do things for you, because you got to understand when you really have a wife that's there for you, a lot of people, it sounds cliche that that's a beautiful thing, but it is, you know, starting off relationship to where everything's all good, man, it's wonderful. But when the relationship goes down here, it's rough and it's bad, bad all the way to the core. But when it comes down to it, though, like I say, having that woman on your side, man, nothing like it. You know, it's like going into a tag team match. You already, it's like you're synced. You're working with each other. You know, might, oh man, I forgot to pay the water bill. Don't worry about it, baby. I got it. I seen it on the calendar, or I got the bill the other day. And the funny thing is, I'm gonna give y'all a little way on how me and my wife we do the bills. When it come down to it, we have all the bills on Google Calendar and we have a family email. You know, if something happens for the kids, we put it all up under the family email. We try to give them that one email for the family. As far as the bills, try to keep all the bills up under that one email to where we both logged in on our phones, on our map, on our calendars and everything on Google to where if something happens, as far as the bills need to be paid, there you go. We have it right there. So that's one way. Hold on right quick. Yeah, gonna be like a little. I always have breaks in between people calling. Yeah, one moment. Come back in a minute. What's going on, Art? Yeah, man. Calls, dropping people like flies on here. Yeah, man. Just was trying to build on who raised you. Yeah, hold up. Damn. Ah man, moving around with these people. Ah, yeah. So like I said, you know, back before the interrupted, like I said, it's going about who raised you, who gave you the skills and, kind of put you in the mind frame of being who you are, you know. Like I said, you got friends. My grandma always say, you got kids raising kids, from the aspect of your friends. You got your friends sitting up here trying to tell you what to do, show you this and show you that. And then also you dealing with the aspect of, just people in the neighborhood. You got your cousins and, everybody trying to show you how to, from a man's point, how to be a man, and from the woman's point, how to be a woman. You know, some of the people are wrong, some of the people are right. You know, when it comes down to it, you'll get a person that'll sit there and try to tell you something wrong. Otherwise you peep it and you see it, and it's more beneficial for you because it helps you understand that you're not. Oh man, there we go. It helps you understand, your mind frame of who and what you're dealing with. I had an uncle try to tell me something. This guy, his life was like thrown off, but yet he was trying to tell me from the mind frame of, how to live my life and how to do things the right way. And I'm looking at him like, dude, I think my life is better than yours, and I'm early 20s, young guy. I'm like, I don't know about you trying to benefit me. I was like, I don't know about you trying to benefit me by giving me this advice. Then I thought about it. And my oldest, one of my mom, I mean my grandma's brother told me, he was like, boy, you gotta understand. Sometimes, excuse me, I caught up. Sometimes somebody telling you something, you know, sometimes it's for your best interest to listen. And I'm like, man, that dude can't teach me that. I'm living my life better than him. But he was like, boy, see, you got to look at the hardships and the pain that people go through. It show you not to live like that, you know. And that comes from that old term with the I guess they got Bruce Lee was talking about. And I know it's not just Bruce Lee, he's older than that, about eating the meat and spitting out the bone. You know, you absorb it, you might put it in your mouth, but you spit it back out. That's the same thing with the information. You keep what applies, and if it don't apply, it fly. Like a lot of people gotta have that mind frame, that if it don't apply, it fly. And a lot of people don't come to that realization that you might have some old people that's caught up in their ways, man. That's all they know. That's all they live is, living negative, pushing this way of living and the thought pattern and, you know, they hardcore this and rough that and rah this and rah that. You know, this is only to benefit them. This is not for you. If it is, it's to hurt you. But the point of reference is they doing that for themselves, their own, pleasure and their gain. It's not to help you out, you know. Like I said, in some cases, you got elders that'll sit there and get mad because you're doing better than them, and they'll give you the wrong advice. You know, it's crazy like that. You got sometimes you gotta understand who you're dealing with. Sometimes people make mistakes, and the mistake that they make, it can help you be a better person. But if you're not there to understand and learn about the mistakes, you're gonna fall down the same path. You know, like I said earlier, you have You have a man that'll sit here and tell his son that, hey, son, there ain't nothing wrong with jumping off a bridge. I did it. I'm okay. Look at me. And this man is miserable inside. But this is the path that he chose. He didn't want to live no other way but this way. You know, the only sacrifice that he wanted to sacrifice was self gain. You know, and it's funny that people live like that. You know, and as we grow, we start getting an understanding on all the things that our parents, you know, just family members were pushing these negative things on us, talking bad, or just, you know, making us do these most horrible things. You know, I remember my wife was getting on me because I did this to my daughter, in which it worked for me. So I thought it'll work for her. My son as well. Sit there and got some dirty dishes out the sink. I made them wash all the dishes in the whole house, all of them. You know, cups, wine glasses we don't use, um, pots and pans. You know, and some of the pots and pans that we had before, I got rid of a whole lot of stuff, man, because I got tired of them. And I started getting non-scratch service surface. I got real high end steel like metal uh pans to where I wouldn't have a lot of issues with burning and stuff like that because you know we cook. I cook, my wife cook. You know, sometimes we have like these cook-offs. You know, we up there trying to, you know, do fancy for the kids, you know, just doing something different. But from the aspect of, you know, dealing with them, I always put them in the mind frame of what are we doing? You know, if you're not doing it right, you're doing it wrong. You know, if you're doing it wrong, I always tell my kids, I gotta punish you first. I gotta give you some type of discipline because when you go in the world, you're only gonna get pain from that. If I teach you that stealing is wrong, it's better for me to teach you than jail teach you. But someone out on the street that don't know you will beat you and hurt you. So that's why I implement that. You know, shout out to Alonzo. No, I usually don't say nothing to people about. I just highlight their name, but going on, Alonzo. I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna speak on YouTube with this. You know, I might even bring people up on this panel. You know, because the crazy aspect is, like I keep saying, you got to figure out who's teaching you what you know. Because if your life is not going in the right direction, someone's at fault for that. You know, if it ain't you, you know, because you kind of picked up things along the way, it's a narrative that you was taught. Your friends showed you. You know, people around you, you picked up on something. You know, bad habits. And at the end of the day, guess what? It shows. You know, the funny thing is, a lot of people have issues and everything when it comes to, you know, these kids being bad. I seen this what is it? I think Instagram or something. I think it was Instagram. You know, I don't be there that much. I mostly watch a little funny videos every now and then. I get off of them. But yeah, there was a girl, she was like, I hate when parents sit there and say, I didn't raise my kid like that. I didn't do this and I didn't do that. And the first thing the girl was like, well, if you didn't raise him, who did? Patricia. You know, just yelling out a random name and was like, Patricia, how did he learn how to be like that? Because, you know, the first teachers is supposed to be within the house. You know, they say the mother, but, you know, father as well, you know. And when they start learning all this stuff outside of that, then you try to figure out like who who taught you this? Not my son. My son don't act like that at home. You know, there was plenty of parents I used to know come up to school. Man, them kids were notorious, crazy. Man, they parents come up there, they were angels. I remember one dude, this dude liked to bully everybody in the school, but he would not bully. um, to a certain degree, certain people, because he knew who their brothers were. Like me, for instance, I was big anyway, so it wasn't an issue for me. But he would bully everybody. Got into it, started, getting into fights with everything with a lot of kids. Dude, mom came up there. All they showed was just one time. They said, yeah, he did this to this boy. Mama went off, slapped the boy all upside the head. He crying, he yelling, uh, uh, please, mama, don't whip me. Just turned into a big baby. But he was thug life. Telling you, he was thug life when the mama wasn't there. I remember one time the dude dad rolled up on him at the school. He was standing in the chair talking junk. Hey, yeah, yeah. I beat your butt. I do this. And teacher, you ain't gonna do nothing to me. That daddy knocked on that window. He sat down, commenced to crying. Daddy didn't even get in the classroom good. He just knocked on the door because we had a door lock. My teacher, she didn't play that. She was like, she don't know who you is. She ain't letting you in the class. She don't care who the parent is or anything. I guess he wanted to sneak up on him and did it, but teacher wasn't having that. She wasn't having that. Finally when she got a point to she knew who he was and kind of made the two and two put together. Oh, she had a field day. Mr. Such and Such. Let me talk to you. You know, that's like my son. It was funny. My son got in trouble, and this is how my wife handled it compared to me. My son got in trouble in the telemarketers. So the teacher told him, "You can't come back to my class without me talking to your parents." So it got to the point where all the teachers said that. So my wife was working; she couldn't take off. I had some time, so I got off a little early. Went down there. I told them I was gonna do it. Told my job. I got down there. I'm thinking that they finna tell me something good. They told me my son was the worst kid ever, and was hitting me with he think it's Chris Rock, and his teacher was like, "You need to go home and lay the smack down on him. You need to lay the smack down on your son." And I'm crying laughing, because for one, it's a white lady, and she was just basically trying to tell me to beat my child, and I'm like, that's not cool. But the funny aspect when I'm steady talking, and I'm like, hold on, my son has been acting up this whole year like this, and they was like, yeah. I was like, well, you talked to his mom? She's like, yeah, we sent several notes. I said, I never got them, never this and that. I said, did you ask him to speak to his dad? They would always refer me to his mom. So I'm like, oh, okay. So, he was playing that game. So it was so funny because when I got him in the hallway, I said, you know my rule, right? He looked at me. He said, yeah. He knew he was getting it because from the point being, I always tell him, I was raised like this. Don't embarrass me. That's what you ain't gonna do. You know, I tell my two youngest the same thing. If you show your butt, I'm trying to keep it clean. You show your butt at school, I'm gonna take your butt when you get home because you're a representation of me. And if you running around cussing the teachers, that means you cuss at my house. And I don't play that. So if I don't play that, why am I gonna let you run that game with the teachers? We not doing it. So, my son, he was all mad. I got him good. I made him wait like 2 or 3 days. And after those 2 or 3 days was up, he thought he was off the hook. Hit him with the scorpion, told him get over here. Got him good. But the point is, you know, as he got older, he started understanding. Nah, I can't hang with y'all like that. Nah, I can't do this. because he was being raised in a way that he knew that, you know, y'all could do what y'all do. Y'all parents might not do nothing to y'all. But with me, I'm getting everything. You know, my dad come, he see this, he know this, it's not gonna be pretty. So while y'all go out here, y'all go fight, y'all go do anything, I'm gonna chill over here in this cut because I ain't trying to get in trouble. Now, when it came down to it, he know sometimes you ain't got no choice, you gotta do it. He was ready to suffer the repercussions. But based on how he told me and what he told me, I said, okay, you was wrong, but you know, your hand was forced, so technically I ain't mad at you. At least you came to me and told me honest, you know. I mean, where's my live? All right, cool. Yeah. Going inside the house, so I'm hitting stuff around. Yeah, so when it come down to it, man, it's just real simple. You know, a lot of kids, they play, they do little stuff because they know they go home. Ain't nobody gonna touch them. Mama ain't whooping. Ain't nobody checking for them. But you know, it's crazy. But I'm gonna go ahead and open up the panel because I'm gonna start getting some people thoughts on this. You know, what type of attitude you're dealing with, and when it comes to that standpoint, hey, who actually raised you? Might should be able to go downstairs and do it on my computer. But let me go ahead and post this link. Yeah. So at the end of the day, like I keep saying, going back to this, who raised you? Who gave you that mindset? Like I said, as far as my son, he knew that he was gonna get in trouble, but he also knew that his dad, long as he didn't find out, he was good. You know, long as his dad didn't find out, he was good. Hey man, that's how I was. I wasn't Nino Brown. Let's get it right. In that Nino Brown voice, it's Leonard Washington voice. Dave Chappelle, man, I'm Leonard Washington. I don't care about none of this. But like I say, man, kids they gotta have some type of discipline. You gotta raise them a certain way to where they know. Don't play these games. You know, when it come down to it, who raised you? Who gave you that mindset? What's going on, Joey?
What's going on, man? Who raised you, my nigga? Nah, I was fucking with you, bro.
You good. My grandma raised me. Grandma, granddad, uncles. You know, everybody had an input, an imprint in me being my coaches. I had coaches that tell me, "Hey, boy, come to practice." Now I was going on my third life tour in high school, smoking and stuff like that. My coach got me into sports, and the biggest thing he would tell me, you can't smoke and do wrestling because your breathing, it ain't gonna be right. So I seen it. I
Yeah,
took it serious. I stopped. Even with football, most guys they still did it, but I took it to a level that serious to where I needed to stop doing that and put more focus in it, in my craft and working, my breathing, you know, my working out, everything, you know, keep my endurance up.
word, man. What position you play in football, though? I used to play football.
Yeah, I played when I was younger, I played fullback and linebacker. But as I got older, I played outside tackle, defensive end, and That was it, pretty much.
Oh, okay. I was a wide receiver, defense, offense. I did linebacker. Um, what else I did? And that's mainly it right there. Mainly,
Yeah.
yeah. I was the best in my position though. I love being a wide receiver. Wide receiver though.
Yeah, I ain't had no hands. I could throw the rock
Yeah,
though.
I got some hands over here, boy. I got some hands. I used to love being a wide receiver, man. Loved it.
Yeah. Well, why you ain't try to keep it going, man? You know?
Oh man, see, okay, so my 10th grade year, when I was playing football at my school, I ain't like the way the guys was acting, man. They was acting too I don't like to say the words, but Sweetwaters, I'll say, and I
Yeah.
seen too much, you know what I'm saying? So I quit football for that reason, man. Cause I didn't like the
Ah,
fact that dudes was, spanking other, dudes butt, all that type of stuff at the locker room and stuff, talking about people's butt and stuff. I like, man, I gotta go. I had to leave. It wasn't worth it for me, man. Football was one of my biggest dreams that I ever loved to play, man. Like football was my favorite sport, better than basketball in my opinion. Because
yeah.
I used to play concrete football. I used to play grass. I used to play football in the rain, the snow, everything, man. I was about that life, man. And
Yeah.
I used to play football without gears on, man. Like get tackled hard. But the team I was playing for Tech. So East Tech over here up in low key, whatever. But I was like, man, I just can't be around these dudes, man. I left. I quit my 10th grade year, man. I was playing football at least like 6 years of my life, from fifth grade to with my 10th grade year. So
Yeah, that was a
yeah,
long time.
yeah. So I used to play, man. I used to love it, man. I was addicted to it. Like every day when I was going to practice, bro. Like my coaches, we had to do 30 laps a day, man. It was pain, bro. Just put it that way, bro. Hello? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, my bad. I was switching over to my Wi-Fi in my house. Can you hear me now? Oh, there you go. Drop back in.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
bad,
my
bro. My
bad.
connection was acting up. That was my fault.
Yeah, yeah. I was switching over to my Wi-Fi in my house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was saying is that I used to did 30 yards, me no, 30 laps when we was young, because my coach was tough. Like we got that project coach, from the projects. So he was
Hmm.
playing. So every time we practice, we had to practice 10 times hard, bro. Like 10 times harder than everybody. Cause grow up in the hood, man. Them hood schools. When you go to hood schools, them coaches be tough, strong. You know. So and that's one thing I love about my coaches, man. My coach, Fame and Raymond, shout out to them. They're the twins. They got me together in my life. You know what I'm saying? Put me to the side, give me some knowledge, wisdom about life, about manhood, and all that type of stuff. Like, man, I did have some great brothers that I grew up with, man. Like survival mode. So you know, but that being said, playing football for 6 years, it inspired me a lot of things, man. Took all my anger out in the fields, man. And I remember like dudes was taller than me and stuff. I remember the times I used to get slammed, all that type of stuff, man. And when I got better over time, man, I had some hops, man. So like, oh man, the dudes that were like 6'2" to 6'5", cause my cousin used to play football at Kent State University. So, um, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So Yeah, so my cousin played Kent State University, man, and me and my cousin, he used to get me in practice all the time. Cause he wanted to be a great player. So he's taller than me. He's like 6'2". That he was like 230, 230, 230 with muscles. He just buff. So, you know what I'm saying? So, he got me tackling. He got me, train me to run, train me how to tackle, do all that type of stuff, man. Like I was trained by him because every time we play football, like he toughed me up, all the time. So, and my coaches, we used to when I was playing football, they used to have us do track every summer. So we had to do track in the summertime, practice in football in the summertime. Then, we had to do this every year. So that's what made me what happened, man.
Yeah, I had more love for wrestling as time went on because like the football team, man, they was good before I got in high school. After that, man, they sucked because all the kids want to be celebrities. You know, nobody was out there trying to play the game as a team to win. Everybody was individually playing. Everybody was out there dressing up, spatting and taping their shoes up, looking a certain way, trying to look like pros. But we sucked. We lost every game. And it got to the point where I was like, man, because like I didn't take wrestling serious because I thought it would just it would train my body for football. But my first year of wrestling, I was like, oh, did pretty good. I got second at state and on JV. So I'm like, okay, might go JV next year. I'll be good. So the next football year, played JV. That because I think I started like down here, they didn't have middle schools on a certain side of town. So you started high school in the eighth grade instead of in the ninth. But on other sides, they had middle school six to eight. So ended up going to high school, did junior varsity, turned around, did it again for football. But when I got to my ninth grade year, I did junior varsity for football, but I wrestled at varsity my ninth grade year. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. You know how I go from JV to varsity my ninth grade year, but I did pretty good. I think I got third at state. No, I got fifth at state that year. No, my bad. I didn't place at state. I got fifth at county, and I got third at area. And after that, I just kept getting first and second at county and area from 10th grade on up to the 12th. Yeah, it was a good experience though, man. That endurance, the way we practice in wrestling, man, it was nothing like football. I was so easy. It was so easy for me doing football. Like I would never go to summer camp for football, so that's why I would never put me on varsity. I was like, I don't care, man, because summertime is my time to make money. Every summer I always kept a job, so I make money for myself. So I was into that point of
Yeah.
making money, man. That's what it was. What's going on, third?
What's good, third?
What's going on with y'all, man? What y'all up to?
Hey, man, just chopping
Yeah.
it up. Who raised you, man?
Chop it up.
Who made you be the person you is? That's what we talking about, man.
I gotta get that credit,
Talk
bro,
about football.
to Papa and Granny, man, and then also my uncles too. You know what I'm saying? They raised me, so even though I grew up in the hood, my grandparents they own their house in the hood, and we had one of them. They had like one of the big houses where in the back they had like a little small little mini house, and that's when my aunts and uncles stayed there and stuff. And then it was just me, my papa, and my granny, and then it was my mom. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to give that credit to my grandparents. They pretty much raised me from the time I was a little kid up until I got to high school. Then right around the time I got to high school, that's when they like passed away and shit. But yeah, I got to get my papa and granny credit and my uncles and shit, man. They definitely raised me, and even though I'm a young dude, man, I got like that old school soul and spirit just from being raised around them and stuff. They was a type, excuse me, they was a type, they be for like little fun and leisure, they be in the backyard, in the little shed under the gazebo that they had. They be playing cards and dominoes and drinking Johnny Walker, listening to Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire and all that good little stuff. And as a little kid, man, I used to just be trying to be around them, just trying to suck all of that up and just what I'm saying, just trying to fill out that energy. You know what I'm saying? So even though I'm a young dude, man, I got a real old school type of soul, and I was raised like on some traditional old school Southern stuff, like and then she, because you being from the South like me, you was raised to be on some, yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, all that kind of stuff. And then, I remember back in, and like I said, I'm young, so I'm a '90s baby, right? So I remember growing up in the '90s, man. Everybody kind of knew everybody in the neighborhood, and everybody kind of was like friends and like family and stuff. And if you was outside doing some shit, like if I was outside cutting up and doing some shit I wasn't supposed to, and my people weren't around, shit, my neighbor could get in my ass. You know what I'm saying? That's how, things used to be back then. But I know it ain't like that no more. It's kind of like different. Now it's like, your neighbor can't really say nothing to you. But back then, you got out of line. Your neighbor could say something to you and shit. If they had your parents' permission, shit, they could probably whoop your ass too. So I don't know. That's how I grew up though. You know what I'm saying? So
Man, hey, third, what sports you used to play when you was growing up, man? You used to play football?
nah, I play like football, in the neighborhood. We used to just play football, but like I never played football like as a sport because that was never really my thing. I just played, but I played in school. I played basketball, I played baseball, I did track, cross country, and then I played soccer. So pretty much like every sport except for like football, pretty much.
Damn. Like,
Yeah.
man, you sound like you play football, bro. Like, what made you, what inspired you not to play football, if you don't mind asking?
It just wasn't my thing, bro. I just wasn't, like I said, I played in the neighborhood. We used to play like in the neighborhood. We used to play like, on the grass, or we might play on the concrete, play touch football. But that just wasn't like I had other dudes who I grew up with. They was like football stars in high school and middle school and stuff like that. But my sport was always, basketball and soccer and baseball. Those are like the three sports I was good at. So those are the ones that I like stuck to. And then as far as track and cross country go. The only reason why I did those is because, those actually got me in shape for and got my stamina for basketball season, soccer season. You know what I'm saying? Because track is pretty much just like for speed and it's like short distance, but cross country is like a whole other thing because like you running up like hills and big steep, areas and shit like that. So cross country is more like for like long distance and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that shit really get you like in good shape. So by the time basketball season came around, while everybody at practice was like huffing and puffing after doing suicides and running and stuff like that, like I was the only one that wasn't really huffing and puffing. So and my coach was like, see, that was like, see, you prepared. All these other dudes ain't prepared because you actually ran cross country. So you know what I'm saying. So yeah, so I was ready by the time we was doing conditioning and stuff like that. Everybody else was like out of shape and out of breath and stuff. I was the only one that was like up and down the court running with no problem. So
Man, I'm dead, man. No, man. The reason why I laugh because I used to did track. I just never did cross country before, bro. And I used to did marathon and stuff.
yeah,
And I used to,
cross
I
country is
did.
it's harder. I would say cross country is way harder because, like I said, you running for the distance. You're not running for the short and for the speed. It's more. Don't get me wrong. They want you to be fast, but it's more like for the long distance versus
It's more
track.
like it's more like a
Yeah,
distance thing. Like they want you to
yeah.
steady your stamina. To be honest with you,
Yeah, you
like
already know.
because the track is for like like speed and distance mainly. Like cross country is different. Like you said, man, it's different. I did track before for my football reasons.
Yeah,
But I remember the times that, like you said about huffing and puffing, man. Like you
for real.
the only nigga in court. You see everybody huffing and puffing, they're out of stamina. You be the only one like, what's wrong with y'all? Like,
Yeah, man. All them dudes once we finished doing suicides and stuff, man, dudes was
man, them
out of there.
suicides.
Yeah. Dudes was out of there. So like I said, I was the only one that really wasn't out of there because like I said, my stamina was already up from running cross country. And then I'll also say this: like when I ran track, the two main events that I did in track, I did the 100-meter dash, and I also did the I think it's the 4x4 relay where you pass the baton off.
Yeah, I did the
Yeah.
4x4 suicide. Man, our coach,
Hmm.
my coach used to did me 30 laps. Man, we had to do
Yeah.
30 laps. Man, it
I
was
was
tough,
the
man.
I was like the second fastest person on the track team because the person it was this white dude. He was like skinny as hell. This dude had like some long lanky leg. This motherfucker ran like a deer. This dude was fast, but
Oh man, I
yeah,
know somebody like that. He was no white dude.
yeah,
He was a black dude. Like my homie DJ. We call him DJ. He was real skinny like a stick, but he could run
yeah.
fast,
But he was like
fast.
like like you know how in the 4x4 relay, you know how you have like
Yeah,
you had like four different runners. You had like the one at the end, then the next person, then you got the second person, and the first person is the one that finally finished the race and run across the little
yeah,
banner thing.
yep,
I was the second person, so you know I was the one that had to give it off to the final person. So that's what I did.
yeah. I
Yeah.
see.
I'm not gonna lie. One time I even attempted to try to do tennis, but I sucked at that shit. So I was like, nah, I quit. But I tried to do tennis one time, but that wasn't my thing, though.
No, I like the part
Yeah, I
with
ran
remember
in
you
track.
never did track when when you had the one line, second line, third line, fourth line when they had the people sharing the belts, like
Yeah,
the little pose, and then they
yeah,
give you the pose when they come to
yeah.
you. Yeah, man, that
Hmm.
was my favorite position, man. I used to love that.
I even did the one. There was one more thing I did too. Was what's that shit called? Is it the pole vault where you like you running and you kind of like jump with your back turned and you jump over the little pole that they have.
Yeah,
Oh
pole vault.
yeah, yeah, I know
What's
you
that shit
talking
called? Is
about.
it called the pole
Uh,
vault? Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
pole vault.
Yeah.
pole
Okay,
vault.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I did that too. I mean, I was alright at that. I wasn't like great at it. I didn't suck, but I was alright. I was kind of like in the middle with it. But yeah,
yeah. I did when I used to run track. I did the 3200. That kind of killed me. I think I got the first time I ever did it. I got I think it was third. And after that, my coach tried to put me in that every time, man. I'm like, dude, like I don't want to run the 3200. It's too doggone long, man. Like I think it was like 4 miles or something. I forgot, but man, all I know, I was just running and running. I'm like, man, this is getting boring. Then I ran the 4x4. I was pretty good with that, but reason why he made me run the 3200 because my endurance was so good in running. Then a lot of people couldn't run those distant races, so that's why he put me in there. But I was fast, as far as for speed, and then turned around. I did the high jump. I did the triple jump. No, not triple, but just the long jump.
the long jump. Yeah, yeah. I did the
Yeah, I
long
did
jump
long
one
jump.
time, and I mine was like in the middle, but I didn't go as far as I would have liked to go. But yeah, man, people don't realize that long jump is hard, bro. Like you got to have a hang time to really like
Hmm.
get the kind of results that you want.
Shoot, the high jump is just as worse. I mean, just
Yeah.
flipping over that pole. Like the
Hmm.
first two times I did it forward, and then I kind of got the hang of going up backwards. But man, it's an art to it because you got to kick your feet at the end, and a lot of people don't do that. That's why they drag and end up, hitting the pole. Because once your back is up and it goes over the pole, I mean your butt, your legs, all you gotta do is just kick them up, and you clear. And so I did it probably half the season, and I was like, man, I'm done with that. So I tried to wiggle out of it. I did it like once or twice afterwards. Then he just moved on and just kept the guys who normally did it. But then that next year, because everybody was getting on me about doing, because I was doing three sports: football, wrestling, and track. And so that next year, the track coach kept trying to make me go cross country, but I'm like, man, that's football time. I'm not gonna go cross country for football. I mean, like, really? And so I was like, the
Yeah,
only reason I ran track was just to keep my endurance up for rest. I
yeah,
mean, for football and
yeah.
everything. But with
I tell you
wrestling,
what
man,
else.
it was another level though.
I'll tell you what else I did like a couple times, and that shit was harder than it don't look hard, but when you do it, you be like, damn, this shit ain't as easy as I thought it was. But the hurdles,
Hmm.
yeah, man, when you got to
I
jump
did
over them,
them.
man,
Oh
that
man,
shit
them
hard.
hurdles is the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
remember I tripped on those hurdles, man.
I tell you what though, we had like three. It was like three girls at my high school, and they was cold at the hurdles. They used to be like competing with each other, man. But they was cold, man. They was like one of the like three of the best in the state of Texas. You know what I'm saying? And they was cold with it too. I was like, man, like how y'all be doing that shit? You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I mean, these are chicks that they did like ballet and gymnastics, so they was good at like being
Yeah.
like flexible and all that kind of shit. So I guess I shouldn't have been too surprised. But yeah, that shit is hard. Especially I think it's harder for guys than it is for girls. You know what I'm saying? Because God, we ain't finna be stretching out like that far like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but them girls used to be killing it though all the time.
Oh yeah, man. Look, I beat this one Nigerian girl, man. I'll never forget her name. Her name was Ava, and she was the fastest girl in her team out of all her all the girls in her team. And and I was one of the top five fastest track player. So man, me and her, we had to do me and the girl, me and my no, me and my team had to do the boys versus the girls. This is all in high school. And so the guys had to face with the girls, and of course y'all already know how that goes. And we had to do the track, but we had to do 8 laps around all together. And
Yeah,
man, I remember I beat Ava. She was a Nigerian girl, and man, I beat her, man. Man, it was my fat man. Oh my god, man, it was one of my greatest moments of my life, man. Cause she was talking too much shit, man. Talking about she
mm,
could beat me, man. And them girls love to talk shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Hold
Let
it
me,
over your head.
let me ask you something, She. So speaking to the topic, who raised you. Let me ask you this. So, do you think? And I'm not trying to like rag on the new school or the new generation. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different times, different days. So but do you think the reason why a lot of these youngins nowadays just be wilding for and don't really think about the consequences of what they're doing is because a lot of them didn't get like that fear put in them from their parents, you know what I'm saying, like, or whoever was raising them. Because like when I was growing up, man, I wasn't just doing dumb shit. I mean, sure, I had my moments where I did some stupid shit as a youngin, but for the most part it was like they kind of like put it in, put the fear in me, like, hey man, yeah, I whoop your ass, whatever, you fuck up or whatever, but out here in the real world, you do some stupid shit somebody else might not have, they it may be worse for you, somebody ain't gonna just have the love that I have for you, just whoop your ass, see, some of these motherfuckers might take you out, they don't give a damn that you a youngster, so like, do you think that's a problem with these lot of youngsters that they ain't really get like that fear put them early on, like I make sure that understand that there's consequence for everything, but somebody else may take it further.
Yeah. That's one of the things I was talking about earlier when I was talking about whipping my son, because I always put that fear in them. Like my daughter, my sons, they all know. When it come to him, I don't want to hear his mouth. I don't want to hear because like I do yelling, I do whatever it take. Sometimes I go overboard, but my whole thing is in the end, you gonna know, like, man, I don't want to deal with this guy. I don't want to like embarrassing it, like all that. I like my daughter. It's like when she did something wrong, I'm like, I can embarrass you, or you just accept the punishment and everything else. Like it was all the above with me. Sometimes I just go all out. I remember this one guy. He dropped off his daughter, and at the ATL where they dropped the girls off in the station wagon or whatever, the twins or whatever that happened with them.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
man, that's how I seen this dude. He came up there in a holy shirt, came up with Mitch Mac flip flops. I mean, well, slides. Everybody say slides, but
yeah,
Mitch Mac slides, and then holy shirt, and his clothes was off, had fallen off, and he had his dirty holy robe, and he's like, "Come on, get out of the car! Come on, get out of the
hmm
car!" Hey, man, I'm
yeah,
rolling. I'm
yeah,
looking at
yeah.
my daughter.
Girls, the best way to get them, from what I've seen, is embarrass them. You embarrass them,
Yeah.
they'll always remember that. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll be
Hmm.
like, okay, you know what? I don't want to get embarrassed like that again. So it's
Hmm.
different with them. But boys, you kind of got to be more little tough and rougher. And look, I'm not, advocating, for motherfuckers to be abusing their kids, because I do think there's a line that needs to be made where, okay, this is where the line should be drawn, and then anything beyond this is kind of like abuse. But like I said, just boys are different, and we wired different. We don't, like, yeah, some of us can, you could talk to us and we'll get it, but for the most part, a lot of us is very, stubborn, hard headed, knuckleheaded, and sometimes it take, getting, the pause put on us for us to really understand like what it is, you know what I'm saying, and what it's gonna be, when we get out here in this real world. So I just think that's really like the difference between the two.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta understand. A lot of them was raised. I mean, just different. You got to a certain degree. You had kids raising kids. That's like nowadays. The grandma will be probably 15 years older than her son. So son might be 20, grandma 35. Cause son had a kid at 15. Mom had her at 15. Hold on. Yeah, bye. Both of y'all go outside.
I mean, can I say this too?
Go ahead.
I mean, me as a youngin, man, I'm sure I'm about to be 23 in 2 days. Um,
Happy
man, I
birthday,
was
bro.
raised. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. Um, uh, I was raised by old school cats in my like. No, my mom is an old school woman, and my grandma and everything. But see, my grandma kicked out my mom at 13 because there was a tradition back in the day. I think it was during the 70s that if the daughters get lose their virginity at a very young age, they get kicked out. That's what happened to my mom. You know what I'm saying? So I was a little bit raised differently, but I did have that discipline by my uncle, because my uncle raised me like way too. He looked out for me too. But I can't speak for other youngins out here that's the same age as me or under, because we all raised differently. But the people that I grew up with, we had some old school parents. So who stood by old school values and traditions. So that's what I could tell you for my part. But I could tell you at one point in my life when I was a kid, man, I remember my mom beat my ass in front of everybody, bro. I was embarrassed from everybody, from my principal, my teacher, and my classmate. You know, Even my mom used to came up to my school. My mom told my principal, if I do anything crazy at the school, call her up. And I would not know. Like they say, if I cuss out the teacher or something like that, my teacher would tell me, go, no, 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 no. If I cuss out my teacher would not never tell me that she gonna call my mom and shit. No, it would be like low key type shit. You know what I'm saying? And what happened was from there, like my mom come up to school one time because I remember my mom came up to school, her and my aunties. I'm talking about four of my aunties came up to my school, and I was wondering why they came into school. They had the belts, they had everything, man. I was like, oh man, they had the bonnets. Oh, y'all don't understand,
Man,
man.
look. Look, I
Y'all don't
remember,
understand.
man. I remember when I was a little kid, man. My papa used to go make me go get a switch from out in the backyard, man. I used to hate that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I used to hate
I'm,
that shit.
I think I told this on I forgot who panel I told it, but basically they had this thing called the rain what was it, the rain game. Now, cause the dude, he was, mixed Indian in him, that we ain't even gonna go down that path, but basically, dude had Indian in him, he always taught his kids about how they used to do things on the reserve when he was a little kid, and the thing is, they the ones that assimilated into the culture. And they didn't want to stay on the reserve. They didn't want to do certain things. You see all this a lot when you hear about the Amish community and stuff like that too. But basically, dude started this thing called the rain game. Cause my cousin, he got in it first, introduced it to my aunt. My aunt introduced it to my grandma. So, I was a person that never really did nothing too much. So mine was always built up. But my brother stayed in trouble. My brother that's like a year older than me, and then my youngest brother, he about 2 years older than me. Them two stayed in trouble. So one day I finally did something, got in trouble. They was like, "Oh, we're gonna start the rain game." I'm like, "What's that?" I get home. They didn't have the drum, of course, so they had to, just hit the wall and pat and stuff like that. And they go boom, 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 boom. So we get in a circle, and we had to go in a circle. And when we stop in front of the person either had a belt, switch, or whatever they gonna whoop your butt with, and you had to go in a circle yelling woo woo like Indians the whole time. Man, that job, it was torture, bro. It
Let
was
me
like
tell y'all
certified
something.
torture.
I remember. I was with my cousin. I was a kid, man, and I, I burned my auntie's dress, man. How I did it, man, I had little fire things. It was like I burned the paper, and I put my auntie had $1,000 dress. It was a red dress. It was like a half cut dress, and it had the golden flower around it, and it was custom made. Burnt it, and my cousin, she beat me up afterwards, man. Like you know those little toys, those fire truck toys, like you know the fire truck letters. Man, she broke one of them and smacked me in my head. I can show you on my forehead, bro. Like literally, that shit. I still got that mark to
They
this
got the
day.
mark.
She still got the mark to this day, bro. Like, man, I was so bad. Listen, I remember I was 3 years old back in Puerto Rico, man, and this little 5-year-old kid, he stole my little Harvey motorcycle, man. My grandpa from my father's side, he bought me a Harvey motorcycle, right? It was a little toy, and I could ride it. Man, this little kid, I remember this little kid, man, was riding around my Harvey bike, and I'm like, all I saw was like, he stole my bike. So I pushed the kid, man. I pushed the kid in the face and stuff, and the kid cried and told my mom, "Oh, he pushed me and stuff like that." And I was 3 years old, bro. I still remember this to this day, man. And then that's when my doctors from Puerto Rico, man, they thought there was something wrong with me because I ain't started watching TV when I was 5 years old, bro. Like I ain't start when I came to the United States. I ain't started watching TV when I was 5 years old, bro. Like when I was down there and back at the islands, I ain't had no TV, nothing. There was nothing.
Yeah.
So like I was,
outside.
yeah, I was outside all the time. So but the doctors from Puerto Rico, they told my mom, oh, your son watches too much TV. My mom was like, man, he don't watch TV. Well, Barry got TV. What are you talking about? My son ain't crazy, blah 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 blah. So my mom had a whole ass argument with the doctors. See, when I was born, this shit was fucking to say, but when I was born, this is gonna make y'all laugh. See, my mom did not name me. It was my auntie that named me. When my mom gave her birth out to me, the doctor came up to my mom, was like, "What you gonna name your son?" My mom was like, "I don't know. I'm going to sleep." You know what I'm saying? She went to bed, and then that's when my auntie came in the room and named me. So like it was crazy, man. So like during that time period, it was crazy. But growing up, my aunties and them, like the way I was raised, man, like my aunties was real solid women, man. Like I used to get beat up bad, like with the belt, tranquilizer. I used to get beat up so bad. Any weapon they had in the house, man, they would grab it and beat me up bad. Like I used to have marks in my face, y'all. Like literally had black eyes and everything, bro. Like,
Man,
and
y'all ever got whipped with a hanger?
yeah, me too. I
Man,
got
that
one with
shit,
a hanger, man.
I ain't
Ah,
never
that
that
got
shit
shit,
whooped with a hanger.
sting.
that shit was the worst, bro. That
That
shit was the
shit.
worst. Hell yeah,
Well, I
Joey
take
know
that
what I'm
back
talking
then
about.
because I
Especially they
did.
hit you in the
I
back,
got whooped
bro.
with a plastic. I ain't got
I
whooped
got
with a
no.
metal one. I got whooped with a plastic one in the
Nah, I
car.
got whipped with the metal one. That shit,
No,
man.
I got whip on the metal, bro. Like that shit
Yeah,
sting on the back. Like that shit. Oh, I can still feel that pain to this day. And
I got one worse than that. You know when you go in the door, like when you go in your front door, you know that little piece of that little piece of it's a little piece of rubber right there. It's like a weather blocker. It's a piece of rubber that's at the bottom, and it's most of the time on it's like big solid heavy doors because it keeps the air from flowing up under the bottom, and it's like a little plastic. Uh, it's like a plastic rubber, and when you push the door closed, it kind of folds it down. Man, the dude who made did some construction on the house that we moved into. Excuse me. He left that mug and he didn't put it in because he put another one in. Something happened to the door. Man, my grandma seen that junk. She was like, "Ooh, this look like a good belt, bruh."
also,
Man,
to what y'all was just saying not too long ago, that's another thing that's different from this new generation. A lot of these new generation kids, man, they don't want to go outside and play. You know, when I was coming up, man, I used to stay outside, bro. Like this is before, the whole social media days and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to stay outside. I used to be outside from, when I would come home, of course I come home, do my homework, whatever. Then after that, man, I'd be outside from that time, to the damn porch light. I mean, the street light come on, and
yeah.
I remember my people used to be like, you ain't finna keep running your ass in and outside this house. If you're gonna go outside, you're gonna stay outside till that street light come on. And when the street light come on, bring your ass in this house. And I was like, okay. But yeah, I stay outside, bro. Like, and I see these new age kids, bro. All they want to do is be on the computer, on the game, or whatever. And I'm like, man,
Yeah.
that shit's crazy.
Man, look, I used to go to Boys and Girls Club. I don't know about y'all, man, but back in '05, '06, man, I was a kid at the time. And I remember, have y'all mama, well, I don't know about y'all family and everything, but have y'all mama ever came up to the Boys and Girls Club and pimp smacked the fuck out of you from everybody? Like,
Nah,
that's,
I ain't
man,
never
I
caught
still,
one of them.
now I did plenty of times back in my elementary school, middle school, and the Boys and Girls Club, man. Ah, man,
Now my older
um,
brother, he got them hands put on him. My older brother, he I think he was like 12 or 13. That's when like he basically got out at that age. But he was getting too out of hand. And so he came in the house one day all, toe up. Man, he started talking to my mom's all crazy. My mom hit him with a two-piece and put him to sleep, man. After that, that joker
ooh.
he got out. He was like, man, I ain't gotta take this. Yeah, she
Hey,
hit him with that
have you ever
two-piece.
witnessed your auntie beat up her boyfriend in front of your face, man? Cause I know I did. My auntie had a boyfriend one time. I was 11 years old, man, and I forgot his name, man. But he was like a little chunky dude, like Rick Ross type nigga, man. And um, one time I was upstairs and I heard my auntie yelling and stuff. I went downstairs and all I saw was my auntie uppercut the nigga and gave him the two piece and he was knocked out. That's all I saw, bro. I thought the nigga was dead and shit. I'm for real. I was 11 years old seeing this shit. And man, it was a crazy fight that day, man. I was literally playing my Nintendo. I was playing Mario. And I was playing Super Smash Brothers that time, bro. And I was, all I heard my auntie was yelling, and I went straight downstairs, and all I saw my auntie uppercut the nigga. He flew up in the air, two-piece the nigga, and
So she hit the nigga with the Hulk smash.
I'm sorry to laugh so hard, man, because I seen it in my own eyes, man. So like, man, never mind. Maybe shut up, y'all. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, she hit him with the Hulk smash, man. But yeah, it be like that sometime, man. When you be acting up. Some of these females they got hands though. You know, like I said, my mom, man, she put my brother to sleep. And she wasn't the type she wasn't the type that get pushed over. But when it came down to it, she know how to throw hands. She ran with my uncle, which was my mom's youngest brother, and they was not that far off. Because my grandma, she was the oldest, and I think no, yeah, it was my grandma, then my uncle, and then my aunt. Then some years later, my my other uncle came, and around the time he came, probably one about 5 or a couple of years later, then my mom was born. Because my uncle on my grandma's side is damn near almost the same age as my mama's oldest child, which is my mom's. So
Wait,
they
so
had that
how
little.
old is your grandma, bro? Like, right, like your grandma still living?
Nah, she just passed like about 2 3 years ago. She was like 80.
Oh, damn.
She was like
My
80. I think she was
condolences.
like 80, 82, 81, 82 when she had passed.
Cause
Yep.
my grandma is 72 right now. Like she be 73 next year.
Yeah,
You
my
know.
grandma was in her 80s when she passed. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question for Toya. Toya, how old is you? You say you a millennial? Like, matter of fact, Toya, come up here. Come up.
Yeah, man. So when it come down to the age aspect, man, because it's like me, I'm 38. So I've been in and out, living through it.
Damn, bro, you old. Nah, fuck with
Yeah,
you.
man. Nah, for shit, I'm for real. Hey, go ahead, call me on. I like that junk. See, a lot of dudes be like, oh man, I ain't know. Oh man, that's age is wisdom, man. To me, you know, I want to get old, man. I want to sit there. I was messing with my wife because my son, he be out there. You know,
What you
I
cooking?
know he ain't gonna have no grandkids or nothing just yet, but I told my wife, I say, keep on. I say if you hitting it, you gonna have a child. He scrap up, but still, you can't help. Sometimes they go out, sometimes they don't. So, but when it come down to it, oh, you the same age as me? Oh, okay.
See,
Yeah, 38.
man, I remember. Do you know how ignorant I was when I was in fifth grade? I used to thought the eighth graders was teenagers, like they was like adults. And when I hit eighth grade, I realized like, oh, I'm still a kid. Then in high school, like, bro, I was so ignorant. Like, I'm one of the most ignorant dudes you ever met in your whole life, man. Like, I'm for real,
uh,
bro. And
hey, when
I
when it
remember. Oh, go ahead,
go
bro. I
ahead.
mean,
Nah, nah,
I,
nah. Go
I,
ahead. You good?
I would say I remember at when I was 12 years old. I thought the high schoolers, I thought they was like adults. Like I'm thinking 17, 18 that you was grown because I remember growing up, all all the people that I grew up, man, we want to grow up fast. We want to live a fast life. You know what I'm saying? So I remember growing up as a youngin that we know we thinking like shit, once we hit 17, 18, we grown, like we grown. That's what we thought. But fast forward later, really we realized like, damn, man, it ain't the same, you know, when we was young. I was like, damn, life really is
For
hard,
me, for me to be honest with you, like I grew up kind of fast because once my grandparents passed away when I graduated middle school and was going to high school, pretty much like everybody like the rest of the family split up. Like my uncles and aunts they moved away, got their own spot, and then it was just me and my mama. And at the time, she had just got diagnosed with cancer, so like pretty much from there on out, I had to like kind of grow up fast. So like I was in high school working two jobs, hustling on the side and taking care of my mom. So by the time I was what, like maybe 16, 17, I pretty much was like pretty much grown because, I was, running the household and all that kind of stuff. Just, I was still in high school. So, and I guess it's kind of like another reason why, even though I'm a young dude, I kind of had like that old school kind of soul and spirit, not just because I'm, was raised by my grandparents about a lot of old school people, but like I said, I had to grow up kind of fast once I got to high school. So, a lot of people be like when they meet me, I'd be like, I'm this age, and they'd be like, damn, bro, like it, like you got like that spirit and that soul of like a 50-year-old person and something like that, and I'd be like, well, that's what happens when you grow up fast and be raised around your grandparents and stuff. So that's kind of why, because I just turned 31 on the 17th of May. So I just turned 31. So
Yeah,
Oh, come,
that's
hey, happy belated birthday, bro. Like,
appreciate
shit,
you.
yeah,
I had to grow up fast too, man. 'Cause, y'all already know my story, man. Like, I was in the same position as you, bro. Like, I remember I used to work at McDonald's, long time ago, bro. 16, man, and I graduated high school at 17, man. I had to, man. I wasn't gonna stay in high school forever, man. Like, man, I met people that was 19 graduating in high school, bro. Like,
yeah. That's
yeah.
that's that's like me, man. I was like, by the time I turned, like, to be honest, like my parents, they died. Like my pops died when I was like 4. Mom died when I was 6. So I just actually just came out said I was gonna be an adult. From that point. So when it came down to that, man, like I was always hustling, trying to get me some money. I was doing it the legal way, but as I got older, I started seeing the opportunities where I go out there, and make that grind. And that's like one of the biggest things. Like my older brother, like I said, he got out at 12, joined the gang. He was banging, got locked up, everything. Like he didn't get out till he was 18. So basically, me and my other brother, we was out there just, doing what we did. And even though they were trying to put a cap on us, that's why like throughout Atlanta, man, we was moving from the east side to the west side. I mean, from the west side to the east side, because the east side was a little bit more calmer than the west side. The west side was just too live, and so we had to get away from that side. But as
Wait,
it
what
still
part you
kept
used to grew up? She,
where I grew up at.
yeah,
Well, I'm from New Mexico, really. I grew up in
okay.
New Mexico, so I was out in Arizona, Cali. Those were my main. That was my main spots, and then we moved back to New Mexico and everything. But I was all out there on the West Coast. I was all out throughout that way. Texas food around down there
See,
for a little
I
bit.
would have never knew that because you sound like straight up ATL, bro.
That's
Yeah,
what
cause
I was gonna
I've
say,
been
bro. You
here
sound
since
like
I was
ATL,
6.
bro.
Oh,
Yeah, cause
okay,
I've been here since
okay,
I was 6. Well, not
okay,
6, but I want to say yeah, about 6 or 7. Yeah, I've been out
okay.
here since I was little, so I adapted. That's just like my wife. I hit her because she don't talk Jamaican, but
So,
she been out here ever since she
so
was
where
6.
where in
So
where in ATL did you grow up at in ATL?
the west side of Atlanta.
West
Uh,
side. Okay, okay,
yeah, by
okay.
like what's it? It's a little small neighborhood called Collier Heights, but we weren't that far from Bankhead.
Oh,
Like
okay, okay.
we literally was
Third,
like
third,
three or
where
four
you
blocks
from,
from
bro?
Bankhead.
I'm from
Something.
I'm from Houston. I'm from H Town. I'm from the south side of Houston. I grew up in the same neighborhood as you probably don't know it. Okay, like it was this underground rap group back in the day called Screwed Up Click
Yeah,
by legendary DJ Screw. He started, but I grew up in the same neighborhood as a dude, this underground Houston rapper named Big Mo. A lot of people don't know who he is, but he from
yeah, I
my
know
neighborhood.
Big Mo.
Also, Beyonce from my neighborhood. A lot of people don't know that too. Beyonce from my hood too, though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think Beyonce just grew up, rich and shit. I mean, other people always had a little bit of paper, but she grew up in the hood though, and then they end up moving once they started Destiny's Child.
So
They
you
got a
probably
little.
did met Beyonce, huh?
Hmm?
You met Beyonce before?
Nah, I ain't never met her. I ain't never met her. Nah, I met some other
Okay.
people though. I met I can tell you who I met in Houston that's popular. I met Slim Thug. He actually shot a video in the middle of my hood. I met Slim Thug. I met Young Jeezy. He was in the video. If y'all ever get a chance, look up on YouTube. It's a song by Slim Thug called Diamonds Remix, and it was Slim
Yeah,
Thug, Jeezy, Slick Puller, and Killer Leon, this other rapper from Houston. But I met all of them. They was at the video shoot in my hood. I met them. They was cool. They like dared me up and shit. Who else I met? I met this other Houston rapper named Big Pokey. I met him.
Big
Oh,
Pokey.
one of the two of the most coolest people I met Patrick Ewing. He was at the time when I met him. He was the assistant coach for the Houston Rockets. I met him at a Walgreens or whatever. Because I think I was like sick, and I had went to the Walgreens picking my prescription. But I met him there. He was cool. And then I think it was '05, '06. I want to say probably '06. I think it was '06. They had the NBA All Star weekend in Houston, and I went and I ended up meeting the coolest person I probably ever met. I met Dr. J. He was cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? Cool dude. When I met him, he was clean, had a nice little suit on or whatever. He chopped it up with me, talked to him, whatever. And then after he left, he pulled off and boy pulled off in the Maybach.
The two coolest people I ever met was Too Short and Jazzy Faye. Like I done met Luda, I done met some of the members from BMF. Uh, I met the Dungeon family. I done met CeeLo, all them. Like I sat in the section with CeeLo. We popped the bottle together and everything. Talked. His son was out there, the new Dungeon family. I met him when he was at Club Mirage one time. I met a slew of artists because I used to do promotion. I met Big Boy. I met the whole Big Boy Andre. I met what's a boy named State Property. I met Benny Siegel. I met Freeway.
Beans.
I seen Dame. I ain't get to run up on him, but I seen Dame. Um, it's just a slew of cats, like little local dudes from the A, like little
Mm-hmm.
rappers. I met a whole bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Too Short and Eric Sherman, I met them like in '90. I think it was like '98, because they had
Mm.
a little grocery store around the corner, and he ended up signing his ATM receipt for me. Man, I lost that ATM receipt. I was mad to death.
Yeah,
He,
bro.
he had a couple of stacks in there too, man. I think he had pulled out like 500 or something.
People don't remember. Eventually, even though Too Short originally from Oakland, eventually he ended up moving to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. And he stayed out here for a minute before he went back to the out there towards the bay. Man, he used to always be at this club. It wasn't Club Envy. It was another club. 'Cause Envy was downtown. But every time he went there, he had like at least 5 chicks with him, and he used to always ride in this bubble caprice. It was orange. No, no, no. It was yellow and blue. Buffalo
Yeah.
Priest. That thing was clean. Then he had like when I first time I met him, he was in the big boy Mercedes. Him and Eric Sherman because I met
Mm-hmm.
Short at the ATM, and Eric was like, "Man, let's go." So I'm like, "Who's the
Mm-hmm.
big dude?" And right when I said, "Who is the big dude?" Because I knew Too Short from when I was a little kid. He used to be on the West Coast. So I knew
Man,
him back in the day.
I always want to meet. I never got to meet him, but I always want to meet Pimp C though, man. That's who I always want to meet.
Yeah,
But you know,
Yeah, I want to meet Pimp C. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Only met one celebrity, man. He came up here at Cleveland School of Arts up here in my area, John Legend. But
yeah.
yeah, but that was back in 2015. That's when before his album came out.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even with
Yeah.
promotion, I met Fat Joe one time when I did a promotion. We was doing some promotion for academic clothes, and they gave me
Mm-hmm.
like a whole bunch of clothes because like none of the celebrities wouldn't take it. So
Yeah.
it was like I think it was I forgot what celebrity they had for it. It was my size, so they just gave me all his pants, his shirts, and I was like, bet, like man, I just got geared up right then. But yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
marketing stuff I used to do, man, it was cool business, man. I used to meet a lot of celebrities doing it.
Hey, she, how you not go off topic too much, but how you feel about the Falcons get rid of your boy Julio and going to Tennessee to the Titans?
Man, be honest, man, bro, them hurt me so bad on football.
Yeah, I know,
I
bro.
heard about it coming through, but I'm
Yeah,
like, man, to be honest, I don't care because they need to get rid of him. They need to get rid of Matt. Man, they've
yeah,
been holding on dear life for Matt.
yeah.
Matt,
Y'all in the rebuilding phase, bro. I already know, bro. Y'all been,
definitely.
man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know y'all been, I know y'all waiting to rebuild, man, because I know y'all tired of, you know what I'm saying, being, mediocre every year, man. That shit crazy. And then, I feel the same pain, man, because my Texas going through it, and I don't know what's gonna happen with this Deshaun Watson shit, bro. So,
Yeah,
that shit
they
crazy.
trying to trade him for low money, man. That's all they doing.
They
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 trying
they
to lower his
sabotage
value.
they sabotaging him, bro. All these accusations out of nowhere, bro. That shit crazy. You
Yeah,
know what
it
I'm
just
saying?
lowering his value. So when they get ready to trade him, then he ain't gonna be worth nothing. And then somebody
Yep.
gonna get a good quarterback on a deal, which they gonna be happy for a couple of years till they gotta re-sign him.
Hey, I will
Which
say this though. Your Hawks looking good though this year, man. They up
yeah,
on Philly right 1-0 right now. I think they play in like another 20 minutes too against the Sixers, man. Yeah, that boy Trey Young been going off.
yeah, he been going ham lately, boy. Like,
Yeah.
but
Everybody
it's like,
nobody picked them to win against the Knicks. And I was like, man, y'all better watch out for Trey Young, man, because he coming and man, he killed them boys.
hey, that game right there, man, I should have bet some money on that on the fly. I would have caught good on that because everybody thought New York was gonna come down here and put it on us.
Yep. Yeah.
Even with the tickets, like when I used to do promotion, man, I used to get so many tickets for football, basketball, and stuff. Man, I used to get them things away, man. I used to just sell them. I'd be like, man, I want to go to no game. This dude suck.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man, this shit crazy. Man, how old was you? Was you how old was you when that whole Freaknik thing was going on? Was you like young teenager or something?
Yeah, no, I was in elementary. Like the
Oh, you was
last
elementary.
time they clipped
Okay,
it,
okay.
I think I was probably like getting ready to go to middle school. I think probably like sixth grade. That's when they clipped it. It's like, man, we ain't doing no more. But I used to go through there all the time. Like my brother, he came through. He pulled us down through there a couple of times. Then my granddad, he a pastor, so we used to always go by like 559 because he used to always do work on the west side. He used to hate going down there by 559 at night because they had the whole like the West End Mall. It'll always be lit, and it's just this little small club. I'm talking about, man. Like a Metro PCS store, like a real small Metro PCS, something like a Cricket, like one of them little small stores that sell cell phones. That's
Yeah,
how big that club was, bro. I think the max was like 100 people in that mug,
it was
but
probably more than
everybody
that
be
up in there.
outside just popping
It was
outside.
probably more than that in there too,
Yeah,
huh? Yeah.
yep.
Man, I heard Freaknik, man. Everybody kept telling me about this, even my family and shit. But like, if y'all ask me about this nowadays, they about to release that new Freaknik this summer and shit. Uh, I don't know,
Hey,
man.
I'm telling you, it'll never be the same, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I
Yeah.
don't,
they was
especially
going
if it's the
digital.
alphabet community involved in this. I'm like, man, I don't
Nah, but
know.
even with that, even if they try to do that, nobody not gonna fly with that because you gotta understand, freak need man. That's almost when they say freak, like bro, dudes would just be having sex in the park, bro.
Oh,
Nah,
I
and
we
we
know.
had
just
we had we
busting it
had
down.
we had something similar. Well, it was outside of Houston. It was like an hour and a half outside. Okay, so if you go south of Houston, there's a
Like Port
place.
Arthur.
No, it's called Galveston. You know, Galveston area. Galveston, Texas is like by the water. It's by the Gulf of Mexico. Anyway, it's like by not too far from like Corpus Christi area. That shit. But anyway, it's like on the water, shit by the Gulf of Mexico. But anyway, every like around, like I said, when around April, they would have. It was just like the Freak Nigga. It was called the Kappa Beach Party. You had like all these college kids from across the country coming, down at the Galveston, and it was like beach parties, but it was like on some XXX type shit, X-rated type shit, and like she said, they would be right there on the beach getting it in, and girls twerking and naked, and walking around the beach naked and all kind of stuff. And the last one that they had, I was I think I was like 16, 17, and me and my homeboy snuck down there, you know what I'm saying? And, we got to enjoy some of the stuff that was going on down there. But that was like the last time they had it. That was like, what, 2000. They still have it today, but it's not like as wild as it was back then. But the last time when I went, when it was wild, that was like 2007, I want to say. That like 2007, some shit like that.
Hey,
So
Wait, whoa. Third. So you telling me the last Freaknik was back in 2007? I thought the last Freaknik
No,
was
no,
back in
no, no, no,
'96.
no, no, that wasn't.
yeah.
I'm not talking about the free. I'm talking about the. We have something similar in Texas. It's called the Kappa Beach Party. It's kind of like the equivalent of the Freaknik, but it's like
Oh, okay.
it's like on the beach and shit.
Yeah, I was born '98, so I'm late '90s baby. So I heard a lot of things about Freaknik back in the days though. Back in the days
Mm,
though. But I
Freaknik
don't
was
know
so
about
bad.
nowadays Freaknik, man.
Man, Freaknik was so bad, bro. They couldn't control it. Like literally, they used to have this one little strip to where everybody go up and down the strip, Piedmont, and they just go up and down the strip driving it all, just hold up traffic. There's like a car show. You just sit there from downtown all the way to Buckhead to Lenox Mall. They'll ride, turn around, go down, turn around, go down, turn around, and they just keep doing that the whole time. And man, them people in the corporate office, they used to be so mad, man. Like 3 hours, 4 hours getting home in traffic, and they had the no cruising policy, but still, folks were still getting it in, and it got to the point where it got too serious. They were like, man, hey, we got to put a stop to this. And they knew it was Freaknik that was causing all that, but the money came with Freaknik. But the only thing that really messed it up was when the police started, trying to, get on the people too rough, and they started busting in like that 96 years when they bust into the malls and was snatching stuff out the little malls and stuff. And that's when they was like, nah, we gotta shut it down. It's too much. But other than that, man, like I said, like Piedmont Park, man, they was getting it in, having sex out there, just throw a blanket out, just start having sex. Women to come out there half naked. I mean, basically they'll just come on with a swimsuit, and dudes would be all, it'd be like, y'all thirsty. Like, Shawty, you look like this, like, why I'm not gonna be thirsty. Like, it was just too crazy, boy. But yeah, when it came down to it, man, Freaknik was just off the chain, bro. Like, it was nothing other. Like, I used to go down there, just be in it, like going down Piedmont, get in a car with somebody, just ride out, and we'll just be sitting there looking at the girls. Like my cousin, he's always come pick us up. He'll have him and all his kids, and it was crazy because my cousin had a U-Haul truck, but well, he had a a company called Ryder. They had the yellow truck, but he took all the writing and stuff off, and he just had just a basic truck. So what he did was he'll go down there, he'll bring all us down there, all his kids, and we'll be up there on the back of the thing. And he have a sofa. He'll throw the sofa out, throw the generator out, and we'll be looking at TV like we're at home and just be sitting there just watching the girls. And my grandma and all them, his mom, he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm taking the kids out. They're gonna go do some work today." But we just be out there looking at chicks all day doing free. Just be wild at Piedmont, bro. It'd be crazy.
That
And like
sounds
they
like
wouldn't even
fun
say nothing
for
to it. They wouldn't say nothing to him because it'd be so many people parking their cars on the grass and stuff. But he bring this big old U-Haul truck, got the generator, looking at TV, had like the fold out chairs. He pulled out a sofa and he just really like you at home, bro. Like he used to be just like seeing all the girls. You picture kids like bro. I was like in elementary school, like just like, oh man, look. Man, look at the girl, 5th grade. Because the last year they had it was my 6th grade year. And man, I was just sitting there like, dang, man, I can't wait. That's like used to be a club that I never forget. Even when I used to do promotion, it was a club out in Marietta. It was like a grown and sexy club. Man, I wanted to hit that club so much when I got older. When I got 18, you couldn't go there because it was like a 21 and older club. When I finally got 21 and got ready to go to the club, man, they turned that junk into an 18 and older club. Man, I was so mad, bro. Like all the office women went up there. It was called Vegas Nights up in Marietta off Car Parkway. All the office corporate women went there. My partners, I used to work up there by the club and I used to do promotion at the club. So it was like all my partners used to go there from work. They'd be like, man, you'll never be mad when you go to that club. Like one dude, he went there, he had like 5 women at the table. The crazy part, he bought all them chicks drinks, like all 5 of them drinks. Then the next 4 rounds, they all bought drinks for him. So he's sitting there toe up, and he had to select like which one he wanted. All of them were friends. He just had like, I want to choose you, and the other girls were like, well, keep my number, but they had to do it on the under because the other girl he chose the other girl, and man, he was like every time the women outweighed the men because it was all like a corporate cloud, and it was basically just a lot of black people at that. So they went up there, man, dressed or either coming off of work, getting in, bro. I used to always want to go to that club. They had a little hood club on the east side of town called Bigelow's, man. But I was like, I ain't going over there. That's what like the
Bigelows.
gunshot. Yeah, man, that's like an old head club. You had to dress old head. You couldn't come in there in no jeans or nothing like that. Man, I remember I went one time I had some slacks with my little shirt on, my little two button down shirt with my little slacks and my gators on, walked up in that mug. I was like, man, this ain't even for me. I was just in there just, seeing what was going on because everybody kept saying it was popping. But it was a lot of older women, but there's like the hood chicks over there. I was like, I don't want no hood chick, man. I was like, I might be in the hood, but I don't want the hood. Yeah, but it come down to it, your environment, man.
See, man, I envy y'all days, man. I wish I was living y'all days, man. My generation is like horrible.
Bruh, it
Like,
was it was so cool back in the day, man. You would do all kind of fun stuff, man. I remember like it's just like riding a bus, just going to the mall. Like I remember I used to work and like my first job I got was working like on paper was at Six Flags. And I would work double shift. I work open close and they literally made me take off because I was working too many hours. And they was like, man, there got to be some kind of restriction against this. Like, bro, we got to make you take off. I work 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, just all the way through. And they was like, you don't want no days off. I'm like, nah, man, I'm on a hunt trying to get this money. And when I went back to school, bro, like I was down my 8th grade year, but my 10th, like ninth, 10th, and 12th grade, I was up. Like I bought all my junk, man. Like one year, I think I bought like uh 40 hats. I think in total before I graduated, I had close to like 80 baseball hats. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I think it was like hood hats, baseball, couple of braids and falcon hats. I had the hawk hats, but mainly it was like just none but Atlanta hats. I had none but like 80 hats, but nothing but just Atlanta hats and like neighborhood hats.
What about the Georgia Bulldogs hats? You had them?
Yeah, I had them. Yeah, I used to pull up on them hard. Like I got a
Yeah,
couple of them hats now. Like even my
yeah,
hat collection, I'm just starting back, buying little hats here and there, but like it ain't like it used to be. Like my kids, like right now, shit, I spend more money on my kids than I do myself now. I
yeah.
get them all fresh out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
I just show them, hey, this how you supposed to look, supposed to kick your fly like this, boy. Look like this, dress like this. Like my son, shit, I bought him a pair of Yeezys and I was like, shit, I don't even wear Yeezys and I got him a pair. It was just something for him, cause I know he like them type of shoes. So Now he collect Jordans and all kind of, well, not even just collect Jordans. He collect his little style because he got Air Maxes, he got doggone Adidas. Just his little style because he like the my son. He be doing the what is that the not even rock, but he just do like the what that crap. Not alternative music, but he listen to Travis Scott, all that junk.
Man, I can't even get tuned in with Travis, bro.
Man, look, I'm gonna tell it to you like this, man. Travis Scott, he from Houston, but most people from Houston, except for like the new generation, they don't really like claim that nigga like that because it's like, we, I mean, that type of music really,
Yeah, y'all style of music, yeah.
yeah, I grew up off the whole, DJ Screw, Swisher House,
Yeah.
that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Trey Zero, all that type of shit. Lil Kiki, I grew up. That's the Houston music I grew up off of. So this new shit like Travis Scott, I'm like, yeah. Then you got like dudes like Sauce Walker, which right now probably like out of everybody, Sauce Walker probably the hottest thing. Not just even in Texas, but he like one of the hottest independent artists out here. But I don't even really fuck with him like that. But I mean, he do got some bangers out there. I just don't really like,
His style,
like
it
that.
look way he look.
Yeah, yeah,
I just don't like the
yeah.
new generation rappers, man. I really don't. Like when Young Thug came out,
Man, look,
man.
Nah, him and what's like the crazy part
Gunna,
is I
that
actually
nigga
got
Gunna be
into
cross dressing too.
who?
That nigga Gunna, he from
Yeah,
Atlanta, the rapper named
yeah,
Yeah,
Gunna.
yeah. Gunna pretty
yeah, I know,
good.
Yeah,
no,
but
I
he
like
Gunna
I,
Gunna.
cool.
he didn't cross dress before too, like Young
For
Thug. I done
real?
seen him. Yeah,
Damn, I ain't even seen a nigga no
I
shit
yeah,
didn't
like
bro.
that.
see. I know. What's his name? It was Young Thug. What's the other nigga name? Trippy Red. Wherever that gay ass nigga, man. And
Trippie Red cloud chaser. But now,
yeah,
what's
Cloud
what's
Chaser,
what's
bro.
my boy out in Philly? The
Who you talking about?
the dude in Philly that wore the little pink shirt with the man, I can't forget. I
You
forgot
talking
his
about
name.
you talking about Rich the Kid?
Rich the
Nah, not
Kid.
Rich Kid. Rich Kid he got swole. Rich
Uh,
Kid got swole up by
my
dude.
Filthy Rich.
No, he out of Philly because damn, I can't think of dude name.
Oh, you
Um
talking about Uzi Vert?
yeah, Uzi Vert.
Yeah,
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 Uzi Vert.
yeah,
Man,
Uzi
he
Vert.
he he put hands on Rich the Kid. I think his name Rich the Kid. That the club walk. I
Yeah,
don't even know. Yeah, him. Man, they got into a fight, man.
yeah.
Oh boy jumped over the counter at Subway. Boy, he put the mans on. I was like, hey, I said he might wear them little shirts and them little purses. I said, but boy, he put 52s on you, boy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Beside the golden era of Atlanta hip hop, which was like Outkast, Goody Mob, Dungeon Family,
Yeah,
that time, that era, to me, my favorite ATL rapper always gonna be Gucci. Gucci always gonna be my favorite rap. I would say I fuss with Gucci. I fuss with, of course, fuss with Jeezy. Fuss with OJ Juice Man. I used to be up on OJ back in the day when OJ was bumping. Um,
yeah.
who else? I ain't gonna lie. I like some of them other
I fuck
niggas.
with
Like,
Soldier Boy though. I ain't gonna lie though.
I mean, look, that was your
Who?
generation though, bro. So I ain't gonna fault you for that.
That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
That's
You
why I
say you
said
fool with who? What that is?
He say
Soldier
Soldier
Boy.
Boy, Soldier Boy,
Oh,
So
Soldier
Soldier
you
Boy.
Boy.
know,
Oh man,
I mean, that was his generation.
he from
I ain't gonna.
Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, he from Mississippi, I think originally, but he
Yeah,
moved today. But I was also gonna say, I fuss with like the Jody Bree. Also, I fuss with Alley Boy and Duct Tape and them, Trouble
yeah,
and all
yeah.
them.
They'll take them all. Yeah,
Yeah,
but shoot,
fuss with them. Yeah,
what's my boy Killer? I fool Killer Mike all day.
yeah, Kill 'em, of course. Hey,
Killer Mike
hey,
I
all
man,
fuck
night,
with
man.
that,
Scarface though. I ain't
hey,
gonna lie, you know, and Too Short.
That Run the Jewels album, man.
Yeah,
That
Run the
shit,
Jewels.
man,
Yeah, man. Yeah,
that's
Killer Kid from Allenville. I feel with him.
yeah,
Even though Luda ain't from here, but I DTP, they do their thing.
yeah. I mean, what
Um,
grew up in ATL most. I mean, I know he
yeah,
originally from
yep,
Chicago. But he grew up, what I'm saying. So,
pretty much.
yeah. I was a fan. I ain't gonna lie. I fucked with Shawty Low, even though I really wasn't a fan of D4L like that. But I fucked with Shawty Low though.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out low. That
Yeah,
was he had his thing. Even though
yeah,
he wasn't doing the little laffy taffy with them, but he was like, he was the money man. He
yeah,
he he really made it from doing the street game to actually jumping out there doing the big just like that. That
man.
was like the biggest thing.
that damn that Dano, bro, that shit hard, bro. That beat did
Yeah,
dun
yeah.
dun dun. Man, I
The
remember.
marching
Okay,
band.
man, look, I remember. It's his college, like right around. This is HBCU, like probably like 4 or 5 blocks from where I grew up at in the hood. It's a. I don't know if y'all ever heard this. You probably heard of it, but it's a HBCU in Houston. It's called Texas Southern University. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
heard
Yeah,
called
I
Texas.
heard
Sir.
it.
Okay, it's like literally like that. That's it, like in my hood, which is third ward. That's why I call myself third ward. But it's like on the south side of Houston. There's like two universities in third ward. You got University of Houston, which is like the big school of the city, and then you got on the other side of third ward, you got Texas Southern University, which is like the HBCU. That's more like the hood school or whatever. But they TSU had like one of the coldest bands though, in the state, and they would like practice like on Saturdays and Sundays. I remember one time like I could hear when they would practice, I could hear them practicing like from like my house and shit because that's how close I was. And one time they was playing that Shawty Low, man, they killed that shit. That dun 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 dun. Man, that shit was
Wait,
hard.
wait. I got a question for you, Thursday. You from Houston, so
Yeah,
now keep it real with me though. Who you
yeah.
will fuck with the most? Is it gonna be Beyonce or Solange?
I mean, I'm probably gonna go with Beyonce, but look, I give Solange her credit though. Okay, like here's the thing, Solange, she dope in her own way. She don't have the resume that Beyonce got, but I mean, she dope in her. But a lot of people don't know Solange then wrote songs, some hits for her, for her bigger sister. She didn't wrote some songs for Beyonce, and she didn't Ghost wrote songs for other artists as well. You know what I'm saying? Plus, she got a few songs of her own that's kind of dope. She
Hmm.
just different. Like to me, I would put Solange in the category, even though she's not as successful as her music wise, but I would put her in the same category as like a Erica Badu. Like she kind of like on that type of tip and vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like she not Beyonce is more like Beyonce started off on some like R&B stuff, but then like she went like mainstream with it. You know what I'm saying? But Solange more like on some underground shit. You know what I'm saying? So but I had to give the edge to Beyonce just because she's a more household name, though. You know what I'm saying? But she, like I said, Solange got her, accommodations and her, accolades or whatnot. She's straight. You know what I'm saying? She ain't hurting for nothing.
Cool, cool, cool. So okay, so what about not R. Kelly, Kelly Rowland?
Yeah, Kelly Rowland doing her thing too. I mean, I
Hmm.
always Kelly. I'm gonna be real. Kelly and Beyonce was always my favorite out the two group. But I mean, she like I said, she not hurting for nothing. But of course, Beyonce always got the credit. But I will say Kelly was like the next best thing in the group. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she had I think in that one album that Kelly dropped, the one she had that song with Lil Wayne and Motivation. That album was actually
Oh
lit though.
yeah,
That album,
that shit was lit.
yeah, that album was jumping. So yeah.
No, I always find Kelly Rowland more attractive than Beyonce though, for some odd reasons, man. I always felt that way, you know. Um,
Yeah, me too. I like
cause
I
you know,
like Kelly
I
more.
don't know, man. She was a pretty ass woman, man.
A lot
So
of people don't remember, but the original Destiny's Child back in the day when there was like five of them, there used to be a chick in the group. What's her name? I think her name was Latavia. She was a little short,
Yeah.
little. She was a short, little petite thing, but man, she had a little ass on her too. She was boy. She was thick. Like she was small, little petite chick, but she was thick. She was bad, but they kicked her out the group, and then they ended up being Kelly, Beyonce, and then they added Michelle or whatever. But they kicked her out the group. They kicked
Hey,
Latoya Luckett out the group, and then it was yeah. So yeah,
what about the
yeah, 'cause
other
I
girl
think
that came out of
Latoya
the group
Luckett was the
too?
one.
Oh,
Latoya
yeah,
Luckett was the one that used to fool with Slim, right?
yeah. Her and Slim Thug,
yeah.
yeah. Her and Slim Thug. Okay, so right around the time Destiny's Child took off, that was also right around the time that Swisher House, like it hadn't went mainstream yet, but in the city of Houston, it was like because this was like after the whole Screwed Up Click DJ Screw died era, so this was like late '90s, early 2000s. Cause I think Screw died in the year 2000 or whatever. So Swisher House kind of took over, and like Slim Thug was like the first one to pop and to blow off of Swisher House. So he was like the first big artist and big name, and he was a young nigga. He was like 17, 16, 17. And, he was selling out shows and, getting, like, I think back then, getting like 10, 15,000 a show. You know what I'm saying? So, as a 16, that's a lot of money. And then I think around that same time, he ended up bumping into Latoya Luckett somewhere or whatever, and that's how they end up dating or whatever. But they dated off and on for a minute, but they end up breaking up or whatever. So yeah,
Yeah, I feel it. So, okay, so since you knew about that part, what about the TLCs? Because I fuck with Left Eye all day, every day. You know,
facts.
you
Yeah,
know what I'm
man.
saying? I don't know about the two other girls.
If you go back and you actually look at what happened to TLC, like the way they got screwed over in the music industry, it really was fucked up, bro. The way they
Yeah,
got, because I mean, they was breaking all kind of records, worldwide and music sales and all of this, and yeah, they got screwed over, man. Them girls was young and naive, and they got taken advantage of. That shit was fucked up. I know she know what I'm talking about.
oh yeah, it was fucked up though because like man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I feel like Let That was the best one, man. Like
She
she was the
was.
coldest.
She
She was the
wasn't.
coldest.
She wasn't gonna just she the thing that I liked about Left Eye is she wasn't a go along to get along type of chick. Like, if she felt some kind of way or she had an issue with something, she was gonna let it be known, you know what I'm saying? And she didn't care about ruffling people's feathers, you know what I'm saying? She
Remember,
just didn't care.
remember she
Yeah,
burned
man.
down
Remember that she
old boy
burned that
house
house with that boy
Andre Rising,
with that nigga.
the football player.
Yeah, she crazy, bro, for that shit.
Yeah,
She was crazy. Yeah. She
she was
say
up through there.
she say when I seen it, he ain't buy me. I forgot whatever she said her size was. She said when he ain't buy me no sneakers and I ain't seen my size. She said I just lost it. She said I just put all the shoes in the tub and put some the little liquid, the little flammable liquid
Lighter
on it.
fluid, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give some
lighter
of the
fluid.
odor.
And she said I just threw a match in there. And she said I was just trying to burn the shoes. She said I wasn't trying to burn the house down, but she said before I knew it, she like the whole house was on fire. I was like,
Mm-hmm. Didn't even go to jail.
yeah, man. Yeah, well, you know why? Because he went to court and vouched for. Man, he actually loved that girl, man. That's the thing about it. Even after all that crazy shit, man, he really loved
Yep.
that girl. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you something. She speaking about that, and keep it real, bro. We all men here. Do you think sometimes when you be like really in love with a person like that, do you think sometimes like love could kind of get you out of your element to do some crazy shit or put up with some shit that you probably wouldn't normally put up with?
Hell
Because that
nah, cause
that's some
real talk, bro.
that's some
Hey,
crazy shit.
I wouldn't even get myself caught up in no predicament like that for no love. Like it was a chick that she would nut it up on me because of little like we was in high school. It was a chick I was fooling with, and she nutted up on me because there was a little girl that she say she know she be around there taking dudes. Man, I broke up with her because of that. I'm like, bruh, like man, you acting crazy. Like, bro, I don't do crazy. Man, I broke up with her ass so quick. Now I still fool with her. Like we was cool because she started, leveling back
So
off.
so you ain't never been through no like not even one relationship where it just was like on some like crazy shit or the shit went left like any given time. Like you ain't never been through that.
Bro, I pick my women carefully, and the
I
ones
feel
that do
you.
show the signs, I
Yeah,
just distance myself. I don't even take it to the next level because
I feel
it
you.
was a chick, my partner he was with, man. This chick, she was crazy as hell, and
Hmm.
I'm like, bro, like how you do that? Like I just
I ain't
I
gonna
just
lie.
distance myself.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real. I done been through like two crazy relationships that I probably like overstayed my welcome in. But I was young, bro. I didn't even like, what I'm saying? I ain't know no better. I was young. I was,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, but now I wouldn't dare do that shit again. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, man, that should be crazy, bro.
She smashed your tires, bro. Son, she broke your windows.
Yeah, but see,
Uh,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, the well, not car window, but yeah, she broke a damn window, in my spot. Yeah, so
Yeah, she throw a brick at your window, son. Like, hey, I had a little note or no.
nah, she punched
Nah,
that
she just
shit. She punched that motherfucker.
she
I
went
like,
thug life. Yeah,
yeah.
she went thug life.
She punched that motherfucker,
Hey,
dog.
she
I'm like,
manned up. She manned up. But now
Yeah.
I don't deal with chicks like that, man. When you start showing signs that you kind of violent or acting an ill way towards me, bro, I just be like, nah, we can't do this. And even if they want to get violent, I know how to bring them down real slow. I'd be like, nah, let's go out to eat, let's have this one
for
little
some
talk and let's see if we can
for
work it
some
out.
reason, dog, I be attracting a lot of like in the past, I've attracted a lot of women that like they be like on that jealousy shit, boy. They be like jealous and a motherfucker. They be like thinking a nigga doing something that I ain't doing, and the next they just boy, they be going off. I'm like, what the hell going on?
Cause if from past relationship, you gotta understand. A lot of them
Yeah,
women they get them traits from them dudes that they was been fooling around before, and they cross them up. Cause that's why I always talk about, man. You going into the next relationship, you ain't get time to breathe. Like I always talk about that issue about that chick I was trying to fool with in Alabama, man. Shawty was fine as hell. Like I was like that. I was like dark skinned chicks, but man, this chick she was light skinned, man, and I was like
let's
the
see.
way she talked, like when I was like I was in there just getting a sandwich. I'm about to get ready to go. I'm at work. Now I don't even
Hmm.
live in Alabama, bro. I'm just out there just working. And
Yeah.
I go out there every 3 days, well no, every 2 days I went to Alabama on my little job route. So, I
Mm-hmm.
just decided to stop at the Publix one day and man, chick just like so fine. I'm like, bro, like what
Mm-hmm.
the hell?
And see, a nigga like me, and this ain't me trying to brag or boast. It's just like the truth. Like a nigga like me, like I just like naturally, bro, on the cool, be like attracting a lot of women. And a lot of time I don't even be trying, bro. Like a lot of time I just be like, just speaking like, hey, how you doing, whatever. And then it's like women just be like naturally attracted to me, and they be wanting my attention and shit. And they be like getting jealous and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they be like, "Oh, you want her? You fucking with her?" I'm like, "Nah, I ain't fucking with her. Like, she just, why
Sorry,
she,
man.
like, why she all over you like that?" I'm like, "Look, I can't help that they like me, but I don't be like, I be like, man, I ain't entertaining that shit, but then that jealousy, man, that jealousy be taking over. They be like thinking the nigga, want them and shit. You know what I'm talking about, Joey?
Yeah, look, man. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I had a relationship one time, man. Me and my ex, it was real toxic, man. It was me and my ex Portia, man. And one time we had a stupid ass argument, man. And I told her right in front of her face, like, you know what? You ain't getting no dick anymore. Man, as
Uh
soon as I
oh,
did that,
uh oh,
man, she
nigga, them
grabbed
fight,
my
nigga, them
dick. She
fight.
like, nigga, you ain't going nowhere.
Nigga, hey,
Oh,
that's fighting words. With them type of shit, nigga, that bro, look, bro. I'm telling you, you take your shit off the table, bro. They get
yep.
mad, bro. Especially if
Woo.
bro, you hitting them with that rod or god, nigga. They be getting, boy, they get mad as hell.
Yeah, bro.
And
Like
then they
I'm
be like,
telling you,
they gonna be like, oh, who you giving it to? Who you giving it to?
who you
Somebody
gonna
else?
give it
Yeah,
to?
they get
Or
off, man. Look,
especially break up with them, and they be like, cause me and my ex broke up, right? And we broke up the same day, the same hour, the same time. She had a nerve to tell me, well, I'm gonna give me some new dick. I'm like, all right, cool, that's fine with me. And she's like, so you don't want to get offended? I'm like, why? We both broke up, so I'm free, you free. You should go out there get some dick. I'm gonna go out here and get some pussy. She's like, well, you ain't about to get no dick to no woman, blah blah. Who you fuck? I'm like, Shawty, I just broke up with you. Damn, like, man, oh my god, it was so toxic,
man,
man.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, man, look, you hit them with that shit, bro, and they end up liking that shit, bro. They go crazy over that shit. That's why a lot of these women, bro, I be laughing, bro. A lot of these women be capping. They be like, the D ain't everything. I'm like, shit. I'm like, you say,
Yeah,
I'm like, you
shit.
say that until you run across a nigga that actually know what he doing, know how to hit it right.
Oh
Then you
yeah,
gotta
look,
go
look,
crazy over
look
shit.
there. I was telling somebody on the group. I was on the chat, like I was on panel one time, and I told the girls, I said, listen, I'm not the type of nigga who gonna give you that good dick vibe type nigga. I'm the one gonna give you this dominant dick. That's why I told the girl, and they're like, oh, I was like, yeah, keep playing, because I'm not that type of nigga. But you know what I'm saying? So this is not my cup of tea. Cause
Yeah,
these girls be capping out here talking about, DNA. They're like, all right. When he
they
pop you down right,
they say
don't
that
be
to they
tripping.
say that to the right nigga come along that actually put it on them the right way, and then they go crazy. But
you know, the shit we had to put up with, man.
yeah,
You know it.
yeah. Let me ask you something, She. Going back to the music thing, right? You down in ATL, that's like the music capital right now. Um, my favorite era, bro, to be honest with you, of Atlanta music, bro, is when y'all had like the mixtape game on live, bro. Like back when you had like DJ Drama in them. It was DJ Drama, Don
Man, I
Cannon.
forgot about DJ Drama,
Yeah,
bro.
y'all had DJ Drama. It was like DJ Drama, Don Cannon, the affiliates, all them niggas when they were just putting out like Jeezy tapes, Gucci tapes, OJ tapes, man. Yeah, man. And I was loving that era, bro, because like used to be this up the street, from where I used to live in the hood. There was like this little mixtape slash. There's like a place that just these Jamaicans own. It was like a mixtape slash place where they saw like incense and Jamaican oils and shit like that. and I would go there like every week and get like the latest mixtape. But man, that era, like I think that was like what from like I want to say that like from like 04 to like maybe 08, like that era, or yeah, 07, something like that. That in that era of music was crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's facts. Cause even before that, man, like in the A, like all the flea markets had it beat. Now the one that killed everybody before drama was DJ Jelly
Yeah, DJ Jelly.
down
I
here in
remember
the
him.
A,
Yeah, I remember DJ Jelly. I remember
Hey,
him.
bro.
what year was that around? Third, like was that the golden age of ATL?
That was
Or
like 2000. That was like what 2003,
Three,
2004.
three,
She
yeah, 2003, four.
oh
yeah,
damn, I was a
2003,
kid.
2004. You had I remember Camp and shit.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
camp dropped out, and
Yeah.
DJ Jelly, he was like one of the ones that was like the hottest, like the bruh.
Hmm.
Like y'all
Yeah.
listen to when you say mixtape,
Yeah.
you'll listen to a dude that just put a song on the album like Drama did.
Yeah.
You had DJ Stream come out with his mixtapes and stuff,
Hmm.
but with
That was
DJ Jelly,
before. That was before the whole Gangsta Grill series came out.
yeah, that was before Gangsta Grill.
Hey,
DJ
was that
Jelly
was
with his camp thing.
What'd you say,
hey
Joey?
y'all remember that one song, that Leffy Taffy song? Uh
Yeah,
yeah, who was that body again? I forgot
That
his
was
name.
D4L. That
yeah,
was Shorty
D4L.
Love. Shorty Love was
Yeah.
D4L. Yeah.
Yeah, but now I was saying like with DJ Jelly, man, he was actually mixing it up. Him
Mm.
and it's another dude from the A named Goldfinger. Like, bro, I had
Yeah,
like
I know
three
what you're
tapes
talking
from
about.
Goldfinger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
Goldfinger, DJ Goldfinger, his junk was so like crazy. He'll mix up all the old. He gonna have old school versus new school. He'll mix them all into each other. But what he did was he'll keep the words the same, but he'll change the beat on them. And Jelly was known for doing that. Like he'll mix like that's how they found out that what's the group from Atlanta, the R&B group,
You talking about
Wednesday
you talking
Wednesday Love, not 112, but the other one.
you talking about
They sang Cupid. No, not Cupid, but that Wednesday Lover. Damn, because they had the twins in the group.
oh, you talking about Jagged Edge?
Jagged Edge, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Jagged Edge, somebody, the DJ took Jagged Edge song and all they beats, they took the beats and mixed the beats up with the words. All them damn songs made you had just one bass line that you can hum off and you can drop the words on any one of the beats and they all match up, bro. That's how they knew it was like
Nigga,
wildin', bro.
I'm gonna tell you when I was growing up, bro. As a teen, I'm gonna tell you what we was bumping. We was bumping them, like beside the Gangsta Grill DJ Drama mixtapes. We was bumping also them Trap or Die series with Jeezy and DJ Drama. We was
Yeah.
bumping them Trap or Die series with him and Jeezy. We was bumping I think he had another a series of I think he had another series with DJ Drama called Cane Band the Snowman. That was my
Yeah,
shit.
came in the snowman. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
when the mixtape scene was popping real big.
yeah,
Cause like before
yeah.
that, I had caught Jeezy before Jeezy even like got real big when he was like Lil J. When he came out as Jeezy, the first album I ever heard him was called it's called The Night Before the Storm.
Yeah, he
And
used
I
to
was
be.
like,
He used to
the
go back
fuck?
at before he was Jeezy. He used to be go by the name Lil J, but then he changed.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
yep.
think
And
the
see,
first Jeezy song I heard, he had a song with Bun B back in the day called "We Get Money Over Here." That shit was
yeah,
hard.
what it do, pimping?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yo, you know my favorite song by Too Short, and I play this song to this day though, even though y'all older than me. But I play the song "I'm a Player" by Too Short. That's the whole song relate to my whole life, man.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a jam right there. Also,
Yeah.
what was the other mixtape I used to bump on it was by Alley Boy. It was the what was it called? It was called Definition of Fuck Shit.
Yeah, definition
Yeah,
of fuck shit.
yeah,
Yeah. Because they had
yeah,
definition of fuck shit too.
yeah,
I
yeah.
had that one.
Yeah, that joint was slapping hard. Also, even some of Ti early mixtapes, like when he did the "Down with the King," when he was dissing Flip, with
Uh-huh.
DJ Drama,
Yep.
like "Down with the King" and
Came
all
in
that.
this. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Ti was pumping back then, man. But I don't like this new Ti now, man. I really don't.
Yeah, you don't like expeditiously?
No man, I like the old school Ti man.
Yeah,
Like
the
when
old
he was
school
dropping
T.I.
when he was
Yeah,
dropping
that,
those mixtapes, man. I think that shit raw, especially Ludacris. Shout out to my nigga Ludacris, man.
Yeah.
Ti versus Tip, man. That's
Ludacris
what it
is raw,
was.
man. I gotta get credit to Ludacris.
Hey, a lot of people. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm glad you brought that album. That was like really the only album by Tip besides his new ones that I really wasn't fucking with was that Ti versus Tip.
Yeah.
But there was this one song on there that I was really fucking with hard. In this, that's when he was still. Excuse me, when he was still beefing with Flip. I think it was like right when they was about to end it. But he had a song on there with Jay-Z called "Watch What You Say to Me," and a lot of people don't know. But Ti was dissing Flip, but then Jay-Z on there he was dissing Wayne and Birdman because I think around that time Birdman had said in an article that he had more money than Jay, and so Jay basically like dissed both Wayne and Birdman. He went off on them. Like people don't even remember that song because that was like they never got played on the radio, but if you listen to this song by Ti called "Watch What You Say to Me," Jay
Yeah, I
snapped on
remember
that.
this song.
Yeah,
I
Yo,
didn't
you
even remember
remember
J
y'all fuck
verse
with
because I always
T-Pain?
remember Tip.
yeah. Jay went in. He basically was talk like, cause you know how Wayne, was saying like he was like he kept saying he was like the down south version of Jay-Z and all that stuff. I think there
Yeah.
was a line that Jay said in that song where he was like nigga, my DNA and your music type shit, like basically saying like nigga, you nigga, I made you, like nigga, you copy my style type shit. So yeah.
Hey, third, you fuck with T-Pain?
The old T Pain, I don't
The
even know what
old
the hell he
T-Pain.
do.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
the
about the
old T
old
Pain. Yeah,
T-Pain.
yeah, the old T Pain. I don't know what the hell like I remember when Jay came out with that song, "The Death of the Auto Tune," and it's like right after that, Future came out, and then like everybody forgot about T Pain. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
I mean, you fuck with Future though, because I remember growing up. You remember Two Chains?
yeah,
What's that one song like? I like bad bitches. Damn, I can't remember the lyrics to the song, but it came back in 013,
hmm
and that's when
to
Two Chains
to be honest
was
with you,
popping.
out of all the rappers I
It's
know,
called Fucking Problem.
Yeah,
it
fucking
took.
problem. Yep.
Yeah, it took Two Chains like the longest probably out of any artist to really pop. It took him a minute because I remember I was listening to him back in the day when he was known as Titty Boy when he was down with DTP.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember.
And
Yeah,
then full was it Player Circle with
Player Circle. Yeah,
Dollar
yeah.
when
That
Dollar
player.
went to jail.
Hey, bro. People slept on that album, the one where they had Duffel Bag Boy on there. There was one. They
Yeah.
slept on that album, bro. That album
Bro,
was
I
hard.
remember Future mixtape, his first mixtape when he first
Talking
came
about
out.
Dirty Sprite.
Yeah, man, I remember that song to this day, man. And that's when
Man,
remember he came out that new album. I mean that one album he finally dropped, Turn Off the Lights album. That one,
I
I
couldn't
remember.
take him too serious, man, because
Hey,
I went to school with him. So
Wait, what?
ain't Future
Hold on,
related
hold on,
to
what?
ain't Future related to old boy Rico Wade, the producer for
yeah, from yeah, he
yeah,
related to him. That's his
yeah.
cousin.
Oh, I thought that was his uncle. Okay. Yeah.
Wait, you
Something
grew
like
up
that.
with
I know they
Future,
from Kirk.
Chief?
Yeah, he went to the same high school. He graduated the same year together. He grew up, went to Columbia High School. Cause his first baby mama, and when he got a kid with Jessica, we all knew each other.
Yeah. So what part of ATL Future from? He from South
He
Side
from
West?
he from the east side. He grew up in
Side?
Kirkwood.
Oh,
And
okay.
Kirkwood, like back in the day, like by the time he grew up, it was just smoothing out. Like it still
Okay.
had some rough parts, but basically over there in Kirkwood, back like in the early '90s, but you weren't playing
Yeah.
over there. Kirkwood, it just like it got in for going out there. It
Yeah.
was
Hey, let
rough.
me ask you
So,
something, bro. Is it true? Because I don't know. You know that people be just saying shit, but I don't be knowing. But is it true that dude that's from Atlanta? I think what that nigga from? I forgot where. It's like one of the roughest hoods in Atlanta. But that dude that was used to be down with Ti named Alpha Omega. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no Alpha.
Yeah, I forgot what hood he from, but it's like one of the. I forgot what the name of the hood from. What's it called? But anyway, they was saying somebody he snitched on something. I don't know, but I don't know
Yeah,
if that.
yeah, he a snitch. Everybody call him out here a snitch because he worked for the police.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Okay, I ain't know
like
that because I already used to be busting niggas' heads back in the day. Because he a big dude. That's a big nigga. You know what I'm saying? He like what 6'4", 6'5". You know what I'm
man, what
saying?
made you bust niggas' heads there, man? What them niggas did to you?
No, I was talking about this dude that used to be down with Ti. This dude named Alpha Omega. Man, he was like the muscle for Ti at one point. But I don't know. They say
Uh,
he flipped and snitched on somebody. I don't know. I just that was the rumor, but I didn't know how true it was.
I haven't been to Atlanta because I heard a lot of shit about Atlanta in my generation, man. I heard Atlanta be feeling with a lot of gay dudes down there, a lot of trannies and shit. Cause people listen in my city, Cleveland. I don't know y'all been to Cleveland, but I had people that's from Atlanta come up
That's
here.
that's where
Uh,
you stay, bro. You in
yeah,
Cleveland?
I stay in Cleveland, so
I might have to come out there,
so
come kick it with you. I probably ain't that far from you. I mean, even though I'm from Houston, I actually live in Ohio right now, but I stay in a little small little.
oh, definitely,
I stay in a
word.
little small little college town, bro. Like not even you can't even see it on them. I stay in uh uh what you call it, bro? I'm tripping. I'm drinking a little beer right now, so my bad. It's a little smaller town
What you
called
drinking? What beer you drinking, bro?
Corona, but it's a little smaller town called Ironton. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No,
Small.
no, never. Oh no.
It's where like you ever heard of University of Ohio, not Ohio State, but it's just University of Ohio.
I know where University of Ohio is though.
Yeah, it's in a
Yeah, I know
small
where
little
it's
town
at.
called Ironton. That's where I stay at right now. But yeah, that's like I think you probably like driving distance. You probably like 3.5, 4 hours from me, something like that.
No, I'm not that far though. If you tell me about University, how no, hell no, because I've been to Columbus before, so I know exactly where you at. I'm
Yeah,
not saying it's in Columbus, but I know where it's at though.
yeah. It's basically
Cause
I live in like Southern Ohio. I know Cleveland's like Northern Ohio, so yeah,
yeah, I know I've been to Akron, I've been in Youngstown, I've been in
yeah.
Cincinnati though. It was alright
Bro,
though.
don't get me wrong. Cincinnati, don't get me wrong. Cincinnati, like it got like plenty of places to like shop at, and they got some fine little chicks out there. But
Yeah,
man, them niggas
Cincinnati alright for me,
they
man.
can't drive worth shit out there, boy.
Cincinnati slow, bro.
Oh
They slow.
hell no.
Hey, I went out there to Cincinnati, man. It's slow. Everything closed early. I was like, bro, I got out there like
Yeah.
I done been to
They can't
Ohio. I've
drive
been
out
to a
there,
little
bro.
college. I've been to a little smaller college out there in Ohio somewhere. It
Man,
wasn't. It wasn't Ohio State.
you
It was
got
another little.
Dayton.
Cause over
No,
here
no,
in
no, no.
Cleveland,
My
man,
bad. It was in Indiana. I was in Indiana because I went to Lafayette. I went to Lafayette College in
Okay.
Indiana. That's what it was. It wasn't
see
Ohio.
over here in Cleveland, it's bored as fuck down here in Cleveland because
I've
I've
been
been
to
in Cleveland
Cleveland
half of
too.
my life. So that's why I love to travel around. Like I've been up in Lorraine, I've been up in Cleveland Heights over here in my area and shit. Akron, I've been to Dayton, I've been to Athens. Athens was
Bro,
alright.
I'm
Hey,
telling you,
she
like
was you living in ATL? Remember back in the day? I think this was like mid 2000. It was probably like 2005, maybe 2005, 2004. Remember when I think it was DJ Drama and John Cannon, they got arrested and
yeah, the mixtape bus.
yeah, mixtape
Yeah,
bus
bro.
shit. Yeah, bro, that shit was crazy, bro.
Hey, they thought they was in there going to get drugged. Cause see what it is, bro. That one was small change. They
Yeah,
had a spot on the west side, bro. I shouldn't even be saying this,
hmm yeah, that
bro.
was
So
crazy.
on the west end,
Yeah, they got
they
arrested for
had this little
selling
Nah,
spot.
mixtapes.
no, hold on. I
Yeah,
got a question for both of y'all on some real shit. Since I'm from Cleveland, y'all already know about Bone Thugs and Harmony, right? Third.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna ask you some real shit.
yeah.
Now you my nigga though, so you old school. So who you think is better, Bone Thugs or the Migos?
Bone Thugs all day. Bone
All
Thugs
right,
all day. Now I
bro.
will
cause
I
say
I,
that.
ain't
I,
know.
I was I was debating with some niggas up here in Cleveland, man. They say Migos better than Bone Thugs, man. I was
But
debating.
you gotta say, far as like, if you start doing the hits now compared to the hits back in the day, it hit different. Cause
Yeah,
this young crowd, they like that little snap and jerk type. But
yeah.
back in the day,
Yeah,
they wouldn't get no play. They
But
weren't
see
gonna get
that's
no play
but
doing
see
that.
that's I'm gonna keep it. That's kind of what I don't like about this new generation of so called rap or whatever you want to hip. Because I don't call this new shit hip hop. I call it hip hop. That's what it is to me. But that's what I don't like about these new
I don't like
generation.
this generation of third
Yeah,
because, like I said, hip hop nowadays is whack. Like
yeah.
I don't feel like it's really hip hop, man. I
Nah, that's
feel
why I
like they
call
use
it.
it.
That's why I
I
call
feel
it
like
hip
it's like a
hop.
deception. To be
Yeah,
honest with you,
that's why I call it hip hop because it's more like pop influence, but because it's more
yeah,
mainstream now. But yeah, people don't realize, bro. Bone Thugs had like a ton of hits, and then people don't. I think the only two artists to ever both do a song with both Pac and Big while they were still alive before they died was Too
man,
Short and Bone Thugs and Harmony. Them like the only two artists to do both songs with both before they were still alive in their prime.
man. I remember Easy E, man. Oh man,
Yeah.
what? Easy E was raw, bro. And I will
hmm
never forget the NWA, man. Shout out to the group. You know
A
what I'm
lot
saying?
a lot of people don't notice, bro, but you know the thing about Bone Thugs is, like, the reason, they had to go to Cali back because nothing was
Yeah,
really
they
popping
have
off
to.
in Cleveland. So when they went out there, that's kind of like when Cleveland kind of got like put on the map because nobody really know Cleveland for really nothing except for like the Browns and shit like that.
Yeah, the
So
Browns, the Cavaliers, and
yeah,
all that. Like
Cavaliers, yeah. So
Cleveland was not known for talent, but there's a lot of talent down here.
yeah,
Even my generation. It's just that I feel like in my generation, like niggas up in Cleveland, you already know how niggas are up here in Cleveland. Like, there's a lot of like phony
like bro,
shit that's
that,
going
that
on.
that East 1999 album, bro, that shit a classic, bro. I don't
Oh,
care what nobody say that
that
shit.
shit. Listen,
I
I
can
be in
still bump
St.
that
Clair
shit.
on East 99, rolling that bitch all the time.
Yeah, bro, that shit a classic, bro. Like you can't like they had like one more album after
Cause
that classic too.
Cause my OG that I know, he met all the brothers, all the Bone Thugs. He grew up with them. Niggas who grew up in St. Clair back in the 90s, like
Hmm.
before the Bone Thugs was known, man, everybody knew them. Everybody.
Hey,
The whole St. Clair, everybody
I
knew them.
tell you, I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked all of the jams that they had that got played on the radio. The Thuggers, Ruggers, Bone, First of the Month, all of that. But like, what was my jam that didn't really get played on the radio like that was that Mo Murder. That was my jam.
Oh, more murder, yeah,
Yeah, that was
that's
my
shit hard.
jam. Hmm.
That shit hard. I fuck with the one with the nah, first of the month was raw. Crossroads cool. I mean, I got tired of Crossroads because the simple fact they play that shit over and over again. I'm like, oh shit. But when I play, oh no, my family tree. What? Nah, that's
They
shit. I
rode
play
they
Hey,
that.
rode the wave with that Mo Thug family though.
oh yeah, that Mo Thug album was hard too. Yeah, that Mo Thug.
Yeah.
Bone and Mo Thug. Yeah, that shit was hard. Hey, she was it true? Okay, I know you. This was like during the whole beef era, like 2005. Was it true? Remember when they said that Luda and Tip was beefing?
Yeah.
Is it true that they say that I guess like Tip said something about what's that dude name that was that was like the owner of him and Luda was like the owner of
Shaka.
DTP. Yeah, Shaka, that he did Shaka and I heard Shaka had them goons and they had Tip scared as fuck. That's what I heard.
Hell no, that shit ain't true, bro.
Okay.
Tip had the shit on lock. So many niggas. Even though Shaka, he got some rank,
Yeah.
but Shaka like compared to Tip basically like all Tip boys were nothing but just street niggas. And
Yeah.
then not even from that, he had like hoods backing him.
Yeah.
Like Shaka just knew some dudes that can put in some work. But
Yeah.
that was it. Like, bro, my partner got into it with Tip one day. So my partner, he went to the club all white. Tip came in there and bumped him. And you know what I'm saying? He was like, damn, bro. And so Tip was like, man, watch where you going. And he like, hold on, bro. You just spilled all this shit all over my shirt. And then you gonna tell me, watch where I'm going, you hit my cup and not. So he took off his shirt. He gonna tell Tip down. You know what I'm saying? The dude come fresh out of high school, like, and so it was Jay Jeter. He pulled my partner to the side, gave my partner some little change. It was like, hey, bro, this before Tip even came out. Like right when I'm serious about to get ready to drop. He was like, man, this a new artist from Atlanta, man, doing boom boom. He was like, bro,
Hey,
just
hey,
just
let,
just
let me
chill.
say that album, believe it or not, that album got slept on because actually
Yeah.
there was some gems on that album. Now I know it wasn't probably his best work, but like Fest is I would say my favorite joint off of there was that still ain't forgave myself. That was my shit.
Ah,
That still ain't nigga. That
yeah.
nigga, bro. That nigga was speaking the real on
Still
that.
ain't forgave.
Yeah,
In
that
and
that
out of trouble since the adolescent. Man,
yeah.
that junk, it was hidden.
That boy say now my mama finding rocks, Glock socks up in my toilet box. Like damn, yeah. That boy wrecked that shit. That was my shit.
Yeah, even the little Jamaican song he did at the end,
Yeah, yeah. That.
the heavy Chevy one, because I
Mhm.
think on that album, that's when he first met Shawty Low, and he
Yeah,
tried to
matter of
say,
fact,
I don't know
Shawty
Shawty.
Low had a little cameo in the video. This is before
Yep,
niggas even knew who Shawty Low was outside of Atlanta. So
yeah.
yeah,
So he pulled up because he Shawty Low was one of my partners that 24 video. One of my partners, his what car he had? Cause he had the yellow, or he had the blue one. He had the blue Chevelle in the video. That was one of the partners I know from the street. This dude, he was certified out there. Dude made $1 million and got out the street unscathed. But
man, look, I remember that damn diss that Tip had against Lil Flip. I think it was the jacket for beats. You know what I'm talking about? I think
Yeah.
it was on that down with the king where he was switching up the beats. Yeah, he went in. He was like that nigga say. He said when you was in the classroom trying to pick a career, I was selling glass, counting cash, drinking a beer. I was like, man, that nigga was going in on that shit. I was like, damn, this
That
nigga.
shit bars, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
he was going in. That
Hey, third.
yeah.
Let me ask you a question though. Was you there when we won the championship back in 2016 up in Cleveland?
Oh yeah, I was here. I was here. Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, when I'm at it ain't nothing but Braun fans up here, bro. So yeah, yeah. So
Oh, yeah, this shit was lit.
yeah,
Was you here when Jay-Z and Beyonce came up here for the concert?
for the con. Now, what year was that?
That was like 2018. No,
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it
yeah,
20? Yeah, it was 2018. Yeah, I was right.
yeah. I was up here.
Yep.
Yeah, I was up here. Yeah.
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 yeah,
Hey,
man. That,
okay. Let me ask you this, she. So, who, in your opinion, because you know it's different. People got different opinions, but so okay, I'll put it to you like this. So the whole trap music, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I think before T.I., there was niggas that was making trap music. They just didn't call it trap music. I think Tip was probably like the first person to coin the phrase trap music or whatever. But it was people like because if you really want to be on some real shit, like when UGK came out with Riding Dirty, that whole album was a trap album. If you
yeah.
really want to be
Pocket
honest,
full of
like
stones, man.
yeah, I
Shit.
mean that was a trap album. I mean, come on, like they was talking about like trapping on there and all that kind of stuff. But like I've listened to different interviews and one of the best producers in the game, the what's the nigga name? Drummer Boy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Drum boy.
said that he said that he said yeah, Tip came up with the phrase trap music, but he said Gotti was making trap music like before even people even knew like before because nobody knew Gotti back then. But he said Gotti was making trap music like probably just as early as Tip was. So how you feel about
Man,
that?
Gotti had what like it was after Trip, but it was after Tip. But what's old boy? Young
Then,
Ralph when they
yeah, then
made
you
that
got
song called Bricks with Gucci.
yeah.
Man,
Then
shit,
you
that
had
song went
then
digital.
you had Gucci too. So like really to be honest with you, them like the three trap guys to me is Jeezy, Gucci, T.I. and Gotti. Them like the four trap guys to me as far as like just trap rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, official.
Yeah,
Cause you gotta really look. Cause even before that, if you want to go with Atlanta dudes, you had Young Bloods,
yeah.
you had the dudes from Decatur, Ghetto Mafia. They're straight from the deck. You like
Mm-hmm.
they real local. Then you had dang, what's the name of that group? It's like it's Ghetto Mafia, and what's the other group? It was another group down here. They were going in. But even with Alabama, shit, you had Pimpin' the Gangster. I know
Yeah.
that y'all feel me now. Yeah. It's like, man, like they rap was cold because you had the player and the gangster. So the player, he did his thing just on some
You know who else
on
I
some
felt like? You know who else I felt like didn't get they? I mean, they got their credit locally, but like on a mainstream level, they never got their credit. But he definitely a legend. R.I.P. to Doe B.
oh yeah, man.
R.I.P. Doe B. Man, Doe B was dope. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
he went
saying?
too early.
Yeah,
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 that was his
man.
problem.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this thing. Okay, so okay, let me say this. Okay, I feel like oh boy, he had just as much talent as Tip, and I feel like he could rap, but I feel like he never really took it as seriously as Tip. But man, what happened to Dro, bro? I used to bump the shit out of Young Dro, especially that first album, nigga. What was
And
that first album he had came out with? I forgot what it was called.
the loudest thing smoking, I think.
No, the one
Was
after
that was
that,
the other one.
the one with the shoulder lean on it. What was it called? Fuck, I
Uh
can't remember the name of it. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that
yeah.
album was hard, bro.
But see, the funny part is I think Dro got signed to Raheem through Rocco. Rocco had Dro first.
Yeah, speaking about Rocco, bro, he to me, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. He probably the most underrated, slept on,
Underrated,
yeah,
bruh.
out of Atlanta. And like, the thing about Rocco is he not even like he could spit, but he not even the most lyrical dude. But he got a little fly, a little catchy wordplay. It's just he not like lyrical like a Tip or some shit like that. But I mean, he got like a little fly, a little wordplay. It just he like he I would say he make anthems like that. like when nigga when I'ma do me came out, nigga, that was like, bruh, like you couldn't go nowhere without hitting that joint. They used to play
Yep.
that in the clubs. They would play that on the radio, like that. I'ma do me, bro. Like that was a jam right there, bro.
Yeah, yeah. That one he got tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Yep.
um, uh, uh, what's that other song?
That
You ain't even know it.
you ain't even know it. Yep.
Squares about your circle.
Yep.
Um, what's the other song he came out with? Uh,
Man, that Gift the Gab album,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
I played the gold one and the silver Gift the Gab. Man, I played that junk all the way through, bro.
Good
I
morning.
just
He had a
ride
song
it.
called Good Morning too.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that one album that I really like by him? Or actually two. It's the Gift Together, like you said, and I think it was Self Made.
Self made. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, man, them joints. Yeah, Rocco make them. He make them anthems though, bro. He make like he don't drop a song all the time, but when he do, that should be like an anthem on the radio.
It's straight hit.
Hmm.
Straight hit.
I seen sir Joey say he backstage.
Okay.
He said let him back up. But anyway, I remember I seen an interview with Drummer Boy said the first time he met, he said that's the crazy part about it. He said he met he said he met when he met Rocco, he said, Rocco was in the streets at that time. And he said he wasn't even like he said he had the label A1, but he wasn't like rapping at the time. He was just, being the owner and shit. And he said the artists I think that he was trying to put out at the time, like none of them had really popped. So he was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, like I'm gonna do something because he like, like he like I'm trying to go legit. And then he was like, too, he just, got tired. He like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna just do something. And he said the first time they got in the studio, he said the very first song that they recorded was "I'm gonna do me." And I was like, damn, that's crazy. So the very first song they made was like a hit.
Yeah. Anthem. Like
Mm,
man, he got a lot of hits because even with Dro, he was saying like when he first started rapping. He was like the little dude kicking at the parties, and he just rap a little bit and ask people, "Yeah, you like that, bro? Just put a little something." But
yeah,
then they started respecting it because when he started throwing it out there, it was actually starting hitting. Because that's like Big Country, man. Big Country, with Food with Tip, like they did the same thing like the say Lunatics. They threw Tip out as the first artist, and if Tip, what I'm saying, got out there, then they was gonna come behind him. And the same thing like the Lunatics, like Nelly did, he popped and the other guys didn't. So they just had to ride the success and ride the wave off of, Tip. But
yeah. PSC never really took off, bro. I thought
yeah,
they were gonna
man.
take off. They never really took off though.
Cause they
The
Hey,
had a
only
strong little team though,
the
man. The
only one
little
that
group.
really took off out the group was Dro. Nobody else really popped like that.
Yeah. Cause
Yeah,
country was good, but country didn't get like man, he had a song, bro. It took him 3 years to drop the album that we in the club like, hey, I'm popping pills, yeah, I'm on the XO.
yeah.
Man, we used to be in the club hearing that jump, bro. Me and my homeboy just hey going ham out here in the A, bro. I'm talking about
Hey,
we
man. I used to fuck with Lil Jon and Eastside Boys too. But my
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
album by them is that what's it the album that they dropped. I think it was the last major album. The one
The one with the beer on there.
the one with
Uh,
with
China White.
the one with the blow. What album was that? With the one where Bo Hagen was like, "Who am I? Bo
Oh,
Hagen,
hey,
me and
me
me
and me
represent."
representer,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think was it? No, that wasn't Kings of Crunk, was it? Or was that Kings of Crunk, or was that Crunk Juice? It might have been Crunk Juice, I
Probably been
think.
Crunch Juice, yeah,
Yeah,
because I think
okay,
that
yeah,
was one of the biggest ones.
yeah.
Shit, what's not
hey, I
Bo, but
got a
the other
question
dude,
for
I
y'all.
always forget his name.
Who?
The other dude, not Bo, the Bo is the bald head. What's the other guy name?
You talking about Big Sam?
Big Sam, yeah.
Yeah,
Big Sam, my people. He got a kid with my cousin, one of my cousins.
yeah, 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 yeah,
His
yeah.
oldest son is with my cousin. So like bro, this shit like a small circle out here.
Mm-hmm.
I've been really related to a lot of people. You
Mm.
know, Then
What
like
you
I
Now
about?
I
said,
got a question for y'all though.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
what you about
Who are your top three basketball players? I'm gonna tell you my three. My three is Kobe Bryant, Russell Westbrooks, and LeBron James. Those are my top three.
Okay, I'm gonna say Jordan, Kobe, and I'm gonna say, ooh, okay, Jordan, Kobe, and I'm gonna say Iverson. Just even though he never won a chip, I just, it's hard, and then his.
James Harden. Oh, I should say that too.
So yeah, them three.
Man, my top is you got Jordan, you gotta get Kobe,
Yeah.
and my last one is hard 'cause I go back and do Dr. J. But if I'm
Yeah,
gonna pick somebody like current or like midways, I go Durant.
yeah, Durant,
Yeah,
yeah, Durant
Durant.
too. Yeah.
Cause
Uh,
even though I was cool with a lot of guys who was fans with, like Kevin Garnett, I love him, but he was a beast player, man. Other guys, but when you do the numbers, hey, the numbers speak
No,
for themselves.
JR raw too.
Who?
JR.
Talking about J.R. Who? Ryder?
No, what's his name? Is it JR Smith?
Oh,
Was
J.R. Smith? Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I'll put it to you like this. To me, he was as cold as when he was playing in Denver with Melo.
yeah.
That was me.
yeah, Lamelo.
When he was playing with Melo in Denver, and I think even a little bit up in when he played with Melo again in the Knicks. I mean, he all right. The problem with Jr. is I think he be coming to the game high as fuck. That nigga eyes be bloodshot red. That nigga be on the court. That nigga look like he come to the game, smoking a whole damn eighth or something.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get no
Yeah,
work done doing that. You
Yeah.
ain't getting no work done doing that.
I'm gonna tell you,
Guarantee.
I tried that one time when I was a teenager, bro. We were just smoking and out, and then we went to go hoop after that. I was like, never again. I do that shit, nigga. I could not. And I was missing. I was breaking. I'm like, man, I was too high. I like, man, I ain't never, playing ball high again. That shit was weak.
man, I fuck with Russell Westbrook, man. Oh man, I just love the way how he dunks, man.
I just heard a rumor today. I heard a rumor today that the Lakers trying to get him to come over there.
What?
I don't know if
Oh,
it's true.
if they do that,
I heard a rumor because it was either him or Dame, but I don't know. They were saying Dame Lillard might end up staying, and because they probably about to get a new coach out there in Portland, so I don't know.
They should.
But yeah, So okay, let me ask you this: She out there at ATL, what's your favorite spots to go eat at? Like, if you what's the spots to go eat at that you like?
All right. You got one biggest spot that everybody go to is Mr. Everything. Mr. Everything. They got like probably like four locations now. It used to be one, but they got four locations. They got one west side, east side, and on the south side called Mr. Everything. Barbecue spot. Damn, what's that one downtown? I forgot the name of this. It's a black dude owner downtown. That
Y-
spot fire.
Y'all got some good soul food out there.
Soul food, man, bruh, it's up and down. Like Miss Big Daddy good, but Big Daddy too salty, man.
I kept
Like,
hearing Jeezy that when I used to be listening to Jeezy when like doing the mixtape days, we was like I kept hearing he kept talking about this place called Centrales.
Chantrell's. That's
Yeah,
I think that's a little spot at the west end. No, yeah, Chantrell's. What
yeah.
was it? Is it Chantrell's or Spondiffice? Uh, cause I'm trying to think of this. It's a seafood place downtown. Everybody hit that spot. Now that spot be jumping. I'm talking about they prices outrageous. Like a crab bucket. Like they got them king crab legs. You might get 5 king crab legs with some shrimp or something like that.
how much it
Bro, I'm talking
cost?
about $95.
95
Damn.
fucking dollars.
Bro,
Yeah, yeah.
they hit you over the head, but I'm telling you, but when I say it good though, it good.
Niggas still be eating
But
that shit too.
hey, they hit you over the head because see, that's like the root Chris for the hood people, you know what I'm saying? I I try to do the root Chris, man, it's just too much in price. Like everybody
now,
I know who went, they say it's hidden though. Cause
now, as a
go ahead.
youngest, so like since you from ATL, I mean since you currently live with ATL, I was gonna ask you what's the best place for me to go to for as a beginner though. Just go by go ATL
The best
because I
place
haven't
for
been
what
at
now?
ATL yet.
The best
What's the
what now?
best spot to go to ATL?
What you talking about, like food?
Not
Food
like
or
no, I'm talking like traveling wise, like food wise, what area? Like
uh you gonna go to the safest place is really the east side, man. It ain't they get you over here, but as long as you ain't coming out like no tourists or nothing, you just do your thing and you move. But a lot of dudes who come up here with that out of town vibe, no matter where you go, you gonna get got. I mean, just being on real. Cause east side,
Word.
west side, they all look at you. They look at you as a meal ticket. Especially the young boys. See, older dudes, man, we ain't doing none of that stuff. We don't grew up out of that a little bit. But the little young boys, they look at you as something, like a meal ticket. Because when that All Star game was down here, that's all they was doing. They was like, "Ooh, they go another out of town
Yeah,
tag.
I heard
Oh
a lot
boy,
about the
another one.
All
They
Star
jumping."
game though.
What-
Um, I mean, Thor, you heard about that too. But when that you got niggas girl leaving them to go to that All Star game.
Which one? Oh, you talking about the one recently that happened down in Atlanta?
Yeah, recently, yeah, this shit,
Yeah,
yeah, over in Atlanta,
yeah. I
yeah.
heard that shit with Ratchet. I heard some of them chicks was staying in the back of U-Haul trucks because they couldn't afford damn
Yeah,
hotels and Airbnbs and
they caught
shit.
them on film, bro. They caught them on film. They had like them little $20 vans that you rent. They had chicks at the gas station just popping out. They go in one outfit, pop out another one.
Nigga, what?
Like the tickets were crazy. I mean, like for like the hotels, it was just stupid crazy. Like the smarter
How
thing
much
was
the
just to go
hotels cost?
outside.
Like, leave like what, $1,000?
Nah, they were hit. I mean, they were hit like at least two or better. Especially in
Oh,
the
okay.
city,
Yeah.
they were
Also,
going two or better.
I forgot to mention like during that whole mixtape era when Atlanta had the mixtape game on live. Beside the whole Jeezy Trap or Die series and all of that. Also, I remember when Gucci had like his series of mixtapes. Man, I used to love when him and DJ Holiday and Zaytoven, man, when they used to do work together, they used to be putting out them classic mixtapes. You know what I'm talking about? She,
Zaytoven a beast.
yeah,
Zaytoven is a beast, bro. When it
yeah,
comes to the
bro.
mixtapes,
Yeah, bro. I remember they had a series. Gucci had a series of mixtapes with Zay told me I used to like called Ice Attack. That was my shit. This is
yeah.
yeah, he had this one of my favorites. He had a song that called Hit Another Lick where he's like old face hundreds, new face 20s. Damn Gucci Mane just stole my money. He basically talking about hitting licks on boys and shit. Like I think matter of fact, Gucci even said it on his song. He said he like the first artist to like talk about hitting the lick on a record and talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I think he had a song where he like I just robbed a nigga for 50 bricks or some shit like that. But yeah, that
He had called what's called slipping. Jay, I think his name J Bo from the Young Bloods.
yeah,
He
J Bo,
called him
yeah,
slipping. Yeah, he
yeah,
called him slipping. He sold him rabbit little rabbit grass.
yeah. Hey,
He
I
sold
heard
him rabbit
is it
grass.
true? I heard PFC. Is it true that he slapped old boy from Young Blood? What's his name? The light skinned nigga.
Sean Paul.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, I ain't heard that, but I
yeah,
don't think
yeah,
Sean Paul will take nothing like that. Like, hey, J Bo maybe I give you J
yeah.
Bo, but Sean Paul he a different one. Sean
Hey,
Paul from
let
Eastwood.
me ask you something. What happened? Why Jeezy and Slick Puller fell out? Like what happened between them two? Because they used to be tight as fuck, and then they fell out. I remember, but I don't know why.
Basically, he went to jail on some junk. He like your brand is everything, and he trying to hustle and get the money. While the other one, he out here like, man, shoot, I'm gonna continue being in the street because that what happened between him and Blood Raw. Him and Blood Raw got
Yeah,
into it like that
that's
because
the
Blood Raw.
and see. Don't get me wrong. Jeezy do got more mainstream success and hits than Gucci Mane, but that's the one area that I feel like Gucci always excelled over Jeezy. I felt like Jeezy always put out better groups, whether it was Brick Squad, like damn it, like keep it real, damn it, everybody Gucci co-sign or touch affiliate with, they all then, went, they all became successful at one point. I mean, from
Yeah,
Walker,
he had the Migos.
yeah, Walker. I mean, we go down the list. Walker, he had Nicki Minaj
Juice.
before
Yep.
she went to Young Money. She used to be Brick Squad. You know what I'm saying? But he
Yep.
had Nicki Minaj early on. He had Walker. He had OJ. The Migos back before anybody even knew who the hell the Migos was.
Young Thug.
Young Thug, Young Scooter.
Rollo.
Yeah,
I mean not
Rollo.
Rollo, but what's the other little
Yeah,
not
Rollo.
Rollo, but
Young Scooter. Yeah, Young Scooter too.
what's the damn I can't think of the other boy name. Not Scooter Rollo. I just lost it.
Um,
Rich Homie.
yeah,
He used to
yeah,
fool Rich Homie.
yeah,
Cause
Rich
all
Homie.
them had their
Yeah.
little group together and
Mhm.
he was like, hey bro, go fool Birdman. Cause
Yep.
he kept going back and forth to jail. That's why he was just like, man, I can't do nothing with y'all. 'Cause I keep
But
going
yeah,
to jail.
if you get a cosign from Gucci Man, bro, you damn near gonna be successful. Cause like I said, everybody he didn't touched or been around, bro. They all done been successful at some point. So
Look at Pooh Shiesty.
yeah,
That
push
boy
ice.
going up,
Man,
boy.
I'll never forget Coochie came out, out of prison, man. Then he was skinny as shit, man. Before then he was fat, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's why he call people that Gucci belly, man. That's why he tell them had that big old belly coming like that's that
yeah.
Gucci belly.
Hey, but man, you know what's crazy though? Here's the thing that's so cold about Gucci though, bro. Like some of his best work that he dropped while it was while he was in prison. Like some of them mid classic mixtapes he dropped was while he was
Roger
in
versus
prison. So
Roger
I mean,
versus the
Yeah.
state. Remember that one? That
yeah,
album, Roger versus State
yeah,
with the
yeah.
the yellow and all that.
Yeah, like Gucci, like really one of the only artists that could just go to jail or go to prison for a little minute and still be hot, like on the street. You know what I'm saying? Like he one of the few artists that can actually do that. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you know who else I think Gucci gave a cosign to? And he was already doing his thing where he from, but I think he gave him a cosign to kind of pop. But I think Gucci even co-signed I think Young Dolph at one point too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. But yeah, Gucci, bro. Like I said, I don't know what it is, bro. But that nigga got an eye for talent, though. Like, bro.
He ain't lying. It's like even if he didn't have the eye, shoot, everybody just gravitate to him because, like, just like we said, when it came down to it, look how many people he put on in the limelight and put them in the path of making money. How many dudes like Jeezy? He's a good artist, but he didn't do that. Tip
Yeah,
tried, but it failed. Like Gucci
yeah.
is the only one that actually succeeded with all the guys everybody he was around.
And Jeezy had, like I said, Jeezy had some talent. Like you said, he had Slick Pulley, he had Blur Raw. The only person I could really say that's doing his thing right now still that used to be down with Jeezy, but he did it independently. But he kind of always he was affiliated with Jeezy and them, but he never really was like signing them. But he was affiliated with them. Was Freddie Gibbs. Like he like the
Freddie
only one.
Gibbs, yeah.
Cause he was affiliated with CTE and them back like when it was popping, but he I think he did an interview where he said they was like, was you signed to CTE? He like, nah, he like I just had an affiliation brand with him, but he said I was never signed. He like I always been a solo artist, but he the only one that popped. So you know,
Yeah.
but that's why I give Gucci the head advantage over Jeezy is that for whatever reason Jeezy just a better at putting out artists than Jeezy is. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason.
Yeah. Shoot, at the end of the day, that's like if you really look at the numbers, it's like damn near what other artists put out that many rappers
Al-
cosign
Also,
like that.
Ross got that same effect too, though. Rick Ross, he got that same effect too.
Yeah, I was gonna mention
Yeah,
Ross.
yeah,
Ross. I
yeah,
ain't gonna lie
But
though.
Ross
yeah.
Ross he actually pulled people that was already was hidden though. You know,
Well, Meek was hidden, but he wasn't hidden outside of Philly though. Like he wasn't really like it wasn't until he got down with Ross that he kind of. But even the same thing with Wale too.
but
Wale.
that's
So
they had talent though. That's
yeah.
Gucci got nobody like these guys was no names.
Uh-huh.
That's how I give it to him because he got guys who was no names and pushed them out there to be great. But then you looked at everybody else, even with Ross. I give to Ross. Ross pushed these guys to be on the map. But the point
Yeah.
of it was when we really look at it, like them guys were already cold. All they needed was just a little push.
Man,
You
there used
know,
to be
to,
this one rapper that was down with Ross and his group that was from Atlanta. That I kind of liked him, but he never really popped. This dude named Peel. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Peel.
Yeah, he called himself Peel. It was he was down with Ross and them on that first MMG album.
They're probably young. I don't know him.
Yeah, but he went hard. It just for whatever reason, I guess everybody was gravitating at that time towards Meek and Wale. So yeah,
Yeah.
you
Because
know,
that's even like 3 6. When I used to listen to 3 6 back in the day, they had a dude from Atlanta, he ain't never popped. Damn, I just thought his name and lost it that quick. But with 3 6, shit, it's like the
hmm
way they put out artists, I mean the groups itself, and then
hmm
the music and all the producing.
yeah, man. You know what's crazy? I seen an interview where they said that Juicy J and DJ Paul like they said that like that they be clearing clearing samples every day because like it's so many artists today that be using they samples from back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Like you know how many times they didn't niggas didn't remade or like freestyle or something off of that Who Run It beat.
Yep. Chicken head.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like he said like they literally be getting like calls almost every day and clearing like like giving people clearances to use like some of their beats and shit.
Yeah.
He said they still getting paid off of that shit today. I'm like, damn. So and people don't realize, bro, Juicy and Paul was the ones that was producing all that music back then. They was the
Yeah.
ones like they wasn't just rapping, they was actually producing the songs too.
And them royalty checks is crazy, man.
Yeah, they straight. They ain't gotta do shit else, you know what I'm saying? And I think right now, last time I think I look, I think Juicy J didn't produce like 3 or 4 records. I think they say he produced like 3 or 4 records for like Meg The Stallion. I'm like, he getting bread.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That Taylor gang go hard. When he was fooling with Wiz real hard,
yeah,
pushing Taylor gang, and everybody was still coming at him. Paul that fool with Paul, but they was going at Juice hard for them beats. Like it's like
yeah.
Juice Money. Juice Money ain't gonna stop no time soon. Even
Matter
when
of
y'all
fact,
had Project Pat, man, that was a shit. That was a wonderful thing right there, boy.
yeah. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie, bro. I still can't believe that we interviewed that nigga. That was like the dopest shit I think that was some dope shit right
hey,
there. But I got to get a credit to Brandon on that one though, because he the one that really reached out to him and threw him a couple dollars or whatever, and he made it happen. So, but yeah, that was
yeah,
dope, bro. That was some dope ass shit right there. And he was just cool, bro. He was down to earth. He wasn't on no superstar type shit. He was just real cool. So
yeah, yeah. That was like, bro. I don't like out of all the YouTube stuff I watch, like that was probably the craziest ever, bro. Like when it came down to it, like I was trying to get on that mug, and I was like, dang, man, I'm trying to work and do all this stuff, man. And y'all would have somebody hidden like I
yeah.
think I jumped on after he left, but I
That
was
boy,
like, damn,
that
I
boy,
couldn't
that,
do
that boy, Fantastic made sure he just thought, that's his favorite rapper. Him and Brandon, that's their favorite rapper. But yeah, Fantastic made sure he got on him.
it. Man,
That boy hit us
fantastic.
with a fat ass cash app too. Yeah, that was dope.
Fantastic straight fanboy.
He said, if you watch the interview towards the end, he said he'll do another one with us later on down the road. So we probably just gonna wait and give it some time. But that was dope though.
Yeah. Do when y'all hit y'all numbers up some more,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
really want to do like I really want us to get more celebrity like besides rap. I'm trying to see if I can get an athlete, bro. If I can get an athlete, that'd be dope. I'm trying to get like a ball player or something, bro. I'd be
Yeah.
dope. Hell yeah, that'd be
I
dope as
talk
fuck.
I gotta talk to my cousin. One of my cousins, I don't even really know him, but his mom, I be fooling with his mom. He a trainer for somebody for the Lakers. Cause he the dude who played for the Lakers, I think he just got drafted like a couple of years ago. He know he related to me and my family from the country. So he pulled my cousin from down there, from down South Georgia, to go out there and be his trainer, because that's our family. And since he's a personal trainer like that, he pulled him to go out there and train for the Lakers. I'm gonna see who it is. I'll probably see if I can do that then, make it work.
Yeah, but anyway, bro, I'm about to get up out of here, bro. I'm finna go watch this playoff game and shit like that. But I appreciate you for letting me come up on here, though, bro. But
Yeah, man, good Bill. I'm about to move out too.
yeah,
My wife just got home, so
yeah.
yeah, I was cooking dinner while I was up there because she just came home. I'm
Mm-hmm.
finna go ahead and get everybody situated.
All
Kid
right,
gotta go to
bro.
school.
I'm gonna holler at y'all,
All right,
boy.
peace, y'all.
All right,
All
Joe.
right,
I'm gonna holler
then.
at you, bro.
I'll let y'all.
All right.
And we gone.